Well, everybody, here we are with our, what was it? 1, 2, 3. I don't remember how many parts. We're on our 7th part of our Evangelion discussion, and this might just be the final one, unless we want to reconvene next week to talk about the 16-minute Oscar short that just came out. Doesn't it sound terrific? Actually, I think it's 12 minutes, but we won't be doing that. Anyway, we've gone on a vast journey. Here we are to complete it here this evening. And who are we joined with but shitty EliteAri?
Hello, everyone.
EliteAri's sick today. Everybody's got to be nice to him, okay? He's a little sick.
Thanks.
Confirm that you're sick.
I don't know what you want me to say. Yeah, I'm sick. Yeah, true.
It could be one of my famous jokes where you're not actually sick, and I'm
No,
being
I
really
am,
funny right now, but that's not the case. Yeah, it's very sad. Jockey Bacon, are you sick?
Nope. You know,
You're
I
a
am
sick
sick
man.
of Evangelion, though. Away.
Oh, that's a really good one. That's a really good one. We like that one.
Good grief.
Mia, are you sick of Evangelion Neon Genesis?
No, I'm more just like kind of actually sick a little bit.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
But everyone leave
You were
a prayer
visiting
for
EliteAri in
Ari.
Sydney,
Aw.
weren't you? Actually, I doxed EliteAri just now. That's not good.
Wow.
Anyway, who cares who's sick? You know, sometimes in life you got. If Shinji can get through this, you can get through this discussion. I'll tell you what. Now, can I get through Jockey Bacon? I don't know about that. You know, Jockey Bacon, you got fans nowadays. You were just telling us.
Yep.
That's all you got to say about your great people. You just acknowledge them, and they just fall in line.
I don't think they're fans. They're just objective observers.
Oh, true. Now that's a way to look at it, but you know, I don't agree. But who agrees with me about this movie? Did I change my opinion on this movie? I don't go first on these fucking things, but I do select who goes first to tell us what they think about Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0, Thrice Upon a Time, the greatest title in the history of titles. And I'm gonna select. EliteAri, why don't you go first this time? You bum.
All right. Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0, Thrice Upon a Time. This is a...
Wait!
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm supposed to predict what everybody thinks. We missed a crucial spot.
All right, go ahead.
Wait, first of all, Jockey Bacon likes the first half of the first third of the movie, doesn't like the rest of it. We predicted this last time. Mia usually agrees with me, so I'm predicting probably likes this movie a little bit. Though, Mia's been a little iffy on these rebuilds, so we could go either way. Now, EliteAri is always the weirdest one. You can never predict which direction this idiot's going to go in. So I think... do I hedge my bets? Now, it would piss me off if EliteAri liked this better than End of Evangelion, so I'm leaning towards that because I never get what I want. But I also am not that confident in him liking this movie. And the way he was just building it up, but sometimes he builds it up and throws a little twist in there, so you never know these things. EliteAri thinks it's pretty good 4 out of 5. Okay, EliteAri, back from the top.
All right, everyone. So Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0, Thrice Upon a Time. This is the best Ava ever. This is by far the best stuff. I love it. Best movie, best Ava. I cried at the end. The opening, right from the first frame in this movie, I'm like, this is amazing. Better directed, best music, best action, best story, best emotions, best ending of all the endings. I love this movie. Good movie. And I almost watched it twice, but I have like 30 minutes left in my second watch through, so I ran out of time. But you know, love it. Great movie.
Unbelievable. You know, can I bring myself to be upset about this? You know, probably not. But, you know, you're just like Miller the Killer. He likes these movies better too, EliteAri. You're always on his side, so
wow.
That's unfortunate. Oh, you know what a great bit was going to be? I forgot. I wasn't going to do this, but now I forgot that I was even not going to do this. Miller the Killer does have a 2-paragraph letterbox review, and I thought about cold opening the video, reading that, and that would have been hilarious.
Oh,
but
who would have done that? Can we restart this recording?
I'll bring it up. We can read it later. He gave it 4 stars. He said the CGI was ugly, so we got to agree with him there. Actually, no, I like the CGI in this movie. Jockey Bacon, why don't you go next? We'll even out the distribution here. Or will we?
What do I think about this movie? Kyle, I would say your prediction is broadly correct, apart from the beginning when it decides to recap. Oh, there's so many recaps. Why did I do another recap? But I will say, I would say, the beginning part was good. I like that. Middle part, and most of the end was pretty mid. If not just kind of boring.
Take that, EliteAri.
But the ending, I will say, was good. Was very good. I
Oh my
liked it.
god, Bacon, shut up.
Yeah. So like maybe the last 10, 15 minutes, I was like, yeah, this peak. I actually, okay. Let me say this. It was worth. It almost maybe. Almost like
It's worth the journey.
Yeah, it almost made the journey worth it. So that's probably the highest
the
praise I
end,
can give.
Jockey Bacon came around. My goodness, he loves Evangelion just like the rest of us. Just despite my negging, right?
As long as they get out of the robots.
True.
Just stay out of the robots.
We killed all the robots at the end of this movie. I'm pretty sure. So that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I just want to reiterate, despite my negging, this is like my sixth favorite movie of all time. So I like this movie quite a bit. So everybody calm down. But I will continue to neg EliteAri throughout this review. So who cares? It's me. My goodness. Bring some stability to this review.
Okay, listen. All right. The first 1/3 of this movie is the best Evangelion, and then the rest of it is all right.
Oof.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
man, thank goodness.
I think my broad take on this is that it feels weird when Evangelion is trying to just be a mecha anime and not Evangelion, and that's how the
And that's how you see
whole
this movie.
climax feels to me.
Interesting.
But the ending is very good. Ending is very good.
Oh,
interesting. You see, EliteAri, what happened in my heart just now is Mia was a little negative on the second half, and I shot back over to your side of this argument.
I'm glad.
But I got to recenter myself. My guiding principle in life is to be anti-EliteAri, so I gotta rejig myself. My notes said all in chronological order.
Oh boy.
I don't know if we want to jump there immediately. I will say, EliteAri, do you remember your one theory from last time? We can address this at the beginning.
Yes, that the great Mari, or Mary, now that we know her name, is Asuka's mother. Oh my goodness.
Do you maintain this theory despite what we have seen this evening?
No, there was nothing to hint at that at all. But you know what? Okay. It's fine.
I got confused. So I was like, did I not pick up this crucial? I thought Ari was saying that got confirmed. No. I was like, wait,
no,
absolutely not.
It definitely got anti-confirmed, but it's all right. EliteAri tried. Nobody else had a good theory.
That's right.
But true, Mari. I only realized this review. Now it's weird that we jump right into Mari, but she's like, she just like was probably involved with the Ava experience at the beginning, and like I always thought she was like a clone or something, and that's how she was still around for Shinji, even though she went to college with them. But she was probably just involved in the experiments, didn't die, and just like Asuka, like stayed the same age, so that's why she still looks like that.
So that brings me to a question I've had. Is the curse of the Evangelion real, or is it just that Asuka is a clone?
No, because the Mari thing would indicate that it's real, but also Asuka bursting out of her clothes at the end, which was super epic and sexy, guys, means that like that's gone now, and she can be an old lady, just like the rest of us. So
I don't remember this part.
She's on the beach and her clothes burst out. It's like the end of Ava.
Oh yeah.
Remember that shot? It's because she grew up and she's now 28 and she burst out of her 14-year-old clothing.
What?
I don't.
Okay, I did not get that. I thought it just got damaged.
I don't know about that.
No, I can confirm
like
this is true. She is longer. That's the main difference, I think. That she's taller.
I love EliteAri. He's such a smart.
At least I remember thinking like, oh wow, she looks different here. But I would assume.
Yeah, and Shinji looks so small next to her.
Yeah.
And it makes sense. It's after we fixed everything. We killed all these shitty Evangelions and we saved her again. But true. Does anybody have EliteAri, what was your favoriteest thing about this movie? And try not to jump to the end.
I mean, my favorite thing is the ending, without a doubt. It's the one thing I'd probably make a video on if I made one. But like if I don't know, I have like a few overall thoughts, but they're all like kind of chronological, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I think maybe we should, because we can talk about the very opening scene, which I really, really like, which is the Paris scene. Obviously the one sound, the soundtrack for that scene, which is literally just called Paris, is like the greatest song of all time.
That was my note.
Like,
whoa.
Oh, go ahead, John.
my note was I like the acoustic version of the Ava theme. And I couldn't remember which one it was
in the beginning.
No, not at the beginning, but it was like halfway through. It's just starts.
There is one at halfway.
I would just say in general, I thought the soundtrack was very good.
True.
There was lots of
and
old songs slightly
homages.
remixed.
Yes,
And,
exactly.
yeah,
That's
and
why I liked.
homages and stuff, which were really good.
Wait,
And that's
go
why
ahead, go
this is making my effort, because it's built up all this time, all this trauma I've had with this show, and it's paying it off. So I'm getting some of my investment is being made worthwhile.
Now that is epic. We love that. What were you gonna say, EliteAri?
I just thought of a thing I want to say, which would be a good place to start. To me, this movie immediately from the get-go, from the first scene, I would have to imagine it's because it came out so much after the other movies, but this feels so much more
7 years.
interestingly directed. There's a lot of random shots. There's a lot of like action choreography that looks like a lot of effort was put into it, or a lot of like, I don't know, a lot of detail or something like that, that I didn't really notice in any of the other movies. And this one felt like, man, like I have to assume, like it's the same director, right? Like I don't, unless they changed directors or something. Yeah, then it must be just because of how much time they had. I don't know. It looked, to me, this is a good looking movie. And straight from the get-go, like, yeah, everything looks really cool to me.
I totally agree with that. It feels very inspired the way it is using the CG in this one compared to the other ones.
I agree with that. There's also he runs through a trillion like concepts in the middle towards the end of this movie, like visually, like Shinji and Gendo fighting on like the board, that like the model board, and then he like knocks him off and he hits the curtain or whatever, and then he knocks him through a set, and then they're in fucking Ray's apartment, and they're in Misato's apartment, and then they're in the school or whatever, and then there's like 5 or 6 really cool concepts towards the end. Well, I guess the middle. In that fight scene and stuff like that. So there is like a million like great ideas. There's all the weird live action inserts, like the sand at whatever point looked really live action. And then there's obviously the big Ray head that looks like a live action face. Yeah. And also the very last shot is like the anime characters walking on a live action drone shot, I think. And all that shit is really cool. There's the projection screen at the very end where it's Ray and Shinji looking at each other, and like the old show is being projected on the wall behind them and over them. This is the coolest.
Yeah, they said Neon Genesis Evangelion. I think I like stood up.
They did. Which is funny because that is not the Japanese name, so that's like a direct reference to the cool English name.
What does Neon Genesis mean, everybody?
It's New World Genesis, like the Bible.
New beginnings.
Yes, now that's crazy.
Which, I'll be honest, I felt really dumb because I didn't get that until now. Until they said it, I was like, oh, it's a new beginning. It's a Neon Genesis. I didn't think about it.
Now, what does Shinseki mean? That means new something.
Thank you.
EliteAri, you know.
I don't know. I assume you just said the truth. I have no idea.
Shin Godzilla, that's his movie he made between these movies. That's got Shin in it.
Wow.
But, we'll never know the secrets of the Japanese language. We rely on subtitles.
Shinji.
I will say I was I guess. Wait a second. My goodness. Now, I will say I watched my original copy of this, which is like I torrented it like the day it came out. So I'm half concerned that like the subtitling is like wrong or has been adjusted or something on what I assume is the Amazon Prime version that you guys watch. So if we have any misreadings or anything like that, that would be funny. But also it looks really pretty, so I wanted to watch it on that version. Also, one thing that I thought was funny is I was like, they definitely cut this fucking recap from like the streaming version, right? But apparently they didn't because Jockey Bacon was complaining about it. And that shit went on for 5 fucking minutes. So that was very funny. Wait, EliteAri, do you want to just go through your overall thoughts? Let's jump around.
Oh my god. Wow. The opening fight. Oh my god. Firstly, there's like so many different there's like all these different Ava variants, and it's like super cool. And like I like what I really like actually is the implication that off screen that like Gendo and Fuyutsuki are like just working on this crazy stuff.
They just making shit by themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody else
It's a fun it's a fun thing to just
Gendo's
think about.
doing it with his visor eyes or something.
Yep.
He's doing it.
There is a lot of like Fuyutsuki like glazing throughout this movie, where they're like that damn Fuyutsuki is doing the things in the background. I'm like, oh, I love it. I love that man.
He's so clever. He's got us.
Yep.
Ritsuko and him are like having a dick measuring contest, and they keep complimenting each other.
That's right. So it's fantastic.
It's terrific.
And the ships are on cables and stuff. Oh my goodness. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, they have the boats that they take around everywhere. I completely forgot about that, but that's so cool. And and these contraptions aren't as cool as the weird arm things that attack Mari later in the movie. I just wanted to say because I won't remember those later, but those were freaking sick. You know what I'm talking about, EliteAri?
I
You
have
got
no idea what you're
arms.
talking about. The weird arm things.
So there's little balls, and like they literally just have like 4 Ava arms on them, and they keep like flinging at Mari,
Is
and
the
they're
thing that
making like
blows up
weird
her
noise.
arm?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, true.
Those things were fucking weird, bro. But true, and they're fighting in Paris, and then Paris becomes like Tokyo 3, like all the stuff goes up, and then all the red goes away, EliteAri, and the song is playing, and she uses the Eiffel Tower to beat that guy. Did you see it?
I did, yeah, believe it or not, I did see that. Did you
Oh,
guys
that-
see that, Bacon and Mia?
Yeah.
Cool.
It was
So-
truly epic. What a great action opening scene. Much better than that third movie that went on for like 30 minutes and it was a launching thing or something and it was boring. We love this movie. Go ahead, EliteAri. What else were you saying?
About this opening scene, not much. I think
Ritsuko was doing things for the first time in all of these movies. That was crazy.
True.
It is true.
I like that shot of Mari like turning the Evangelion like a car. She
Yeah,
was, like,
that was the best part. She was like,
Oh, yeah,
she had a
steering
with
wheel.
one hand.
That was pretty fun. I think I've
She was
seen
on-
that before. I think it's a kind of
Might be
iconic
a
maybe.
GIF or something.
Yeah, it might be
The,
gifable.
Another thing about this opening scene is that they fucked up the preview. Now, why is Jockey Bacon sending a toilet emote? Oh, I get it.
Why-
'Cause he's going to take a shit, everybody.
Okay.
Jockey
Sure.
Bacon is pooping, everybody. That's why he's gonna be out for the next 3 minutes or so. Now, my goodness, I thought he was saying like what I was saying was shit, so I got offended, so I had to bring it up. All right.
Yep.
Anyway, what I was saying was that this movie did last movie did the thing again, where the preview was fake. Like the preview of the end of last movie was this Paris scene, but it was like a half Ava, where half of the Ava was Unit 2 and half of it was Mari's pink. I can't remember the number. And it seemed like they were fighting the thingy. But that's not what happened here. It's just Mari, because Oscar's off in the fucking wilderness or whatever, yet to be picked up. So every single one of these movies has a preview that's fake. And we got to sue them.
Maybe
Right,
it's
Mia?
a bit.
So yeah, do you think it is by design or did they like have a
don't know.
plan and then change the plan?
Just it's in the Ava spirit. Remember, we did this.
It is in the
original
Ava
series, so maybe they are
spirit,
just doing as a bit, but also maybe they just changed their mind and said, let's just change it a little bit. Also, it looked a little visually different. So, and this movie had a 8-year development cycle or whatever. So they could have changed their minds. I don't fucking know. Funny thing, actually, which I haven't brought up because I haven't actually seen it. When this movie came out on Amazon Prime, they did do a 2-hour documentary about it with like Anno interviews and stuff. So we could find some answers there or something, but I haven't watched it. But it would be cool to watch. And I was going to watch it, but it's not on Amazon Prime anymore. They took it off. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. But true. Mia, you haven't said anything about this great opening Paris scene. Blaze it, will you?
Yeah, I mean, okay. I think my big thought when I was watching this was that they finally figured out how to make modern Evangelion look good. Like they're not obviously recapturing the way that Evangelion looks, but they've also, I don't know, I feel like they haven't diverged as much as the third movie did. It feels like this was a bit more return to form, but modernized. And I think visually this movie was just very, very strong. And the opening fight scene and then the credit scene after that really sold me on it.
I think this movie is the first one that gets like the CGI like perfect. I think, where it's like
I
it
would agree.
allows it to have such like movement and
Well, kinda.
scale, and it feels like really great, and it doesn't look visually distracting at any point. I don't think. And like when she's like spinning around with the Gatling gun or whatever she's using, and all the fucking crosses are going off because that's how you see that everybody's freaking dead. It's freaking crazy. And then they shot a gun and it destroyed their ships, and that wasn't really cool. I didn't,
Not very
I don't know
cool.
why that mean Gendo was doing all that. But that's true. Actually, there was a funny shot here and they do this, there's like moments of this throughout the movie where it's like just modern technology, and it always seems like kind of funny and off-putting. Like here, there's like a USB like cord that one of them is putting in like a laptop at the very beginning, and then later like Maya literally has a iPad with an Apple logo on it that she's like on, and there's like other little things like that where it's like, whoa, that's like crazy. In Evangelion, like we have modern technology. It's not like old computer stuff from the middle 90s. It's kind of crazy. But That was cool. Oh, another cool thing at the beginning here is that over the logos, instead of the logos having their audio, it's Mari singing, and then we cut to Mari.
Yeah,
that was cool.
that was
I like
very
it when
cool.
things do that over the logos. Harry Potter did that sometimes, where like the evil Death Eaters had taken over the logos. That shit was crazy. But true. All I have here is everybody's got spacesuits on. Ritsuko is upset over the state of Paris. True. Maya is a real cunt post-time skip I have written down. They cleanse the city of red, and the Euro nerve stuff kicks in, and the buildings went up, even though it looks old like Paris. That shit was crazy. And they use those parts to build Unit 2 or something, they say. Oh, and this is the first instance of Mari saying that she's always going to go and help that puppy boy, which we learn is actually Shinji Ikari, which is something she says throughout the movie.
I thought she said that last movie, too. Called him that.
She might have. But I don't remember. That was like 2 weeks ago. What the hell? How am I supposed to remember these frickin' things?
Yeah, true, sorry.
But that's all I had for that opening scene. Anybody else got anything to say about this terrific opening scene?
It's good.
You know what I can say? I got to the bit in this scene where like they put the thing down and it expands and like undoes the red stuff and like Paris is back. And you know what I did? I sat there, I paused, and then I contemplated, do I record a reaction to this video? Like, this movie? Like, do I sit there and do a reaction video so I can upload it?
That would have been awesome.
And then I thought, you know what I thought? I thought, you know what? I don't have time. I got a million other things to do. I can't do this. But man, I wish I did. Because there's like no reactions to this movie out there. But yeah.
The normies reacted to it?
Yeah.
I feel like Blind Wave might have. What?
No, that's it. They're the only ones. The normies and some random man that I don't know. Anyway,
we love random man. When will Film Buff get to the rebuilds, EliteAri?
Never.
No, that's upsetting. I know Film Buff would love End of Ava much more. Jockey Bacon, anything to say about Paris before we move on? Is Jockey Bacon back?
Yep, it was probably the best fight scene in this movie, I think.
Now that's a little crazy.
I do think I'd agree with that, actually. The choreography
they fought
carries
on a board of models.
Oh no, that one was cool, but it has.
Okay, true. Yeah.
Well, it just has like the worst start.
It does.
Well, like CGI
okay, the CGI, I burst out laughing when I saw it.
It is weird.
I was like, this.
Yeah.
It is I don't know how they made it look
What?
good and other stuff. It just looks so lame when they had it. And then it went back to 2D, and I was like, oh, okay. Oh my word, it's like so much better.
At the beginning of the Gendo Shinji fight? I don't remember this at all.
Yeah, when it was like they're fighting over in Neo Tokyo initially, I was just like, what this?
Yeah,
but it was fake.
Yeah, but then it went to 2D anyway. Anyway, that was genuinely, I thought that was quite poor. And I think the choreography or like something, anyway, it's just something about it just felt like it was trying really hard. But.
I think what I gathered from that scene, I could be completely off, but it really felt like motion capture fighting. Like in the hand-to-hand bit where Gendo is fighting Shinji, it was like, man, this feels like real like fighting. I don't know, but it could just be wrong though, but yeah.
You know what it looked like to me? Neon Genesis Evangelion. The greatest anime of all time.
It looked nothing like Neon Genesis Evangelion. It looked like it was like two CG mechs fighting. It was crazy, way different.
It looked like Neon Genesis Evangelion. You know what that means, EliteAri? That means new or something, Jockey Bacon told me.
Yep.
Are we going chronologically, or are we going to your next overall note, EliteAri?
Chronologically.
Oh my goodness! Do you know what happens next? Is a mysterious man with a... Oh, what was the opening credits? I'm forgetting.
When we got Shinji, Asuka, and Rei just walking in the red. It's awesome. It was the best part of the movie.
Yeah, true.
So I don't remember it being too good.
So
I believe you. But I'm up to a point where a mysterious man in a hazmat suit speaks to them and comes to get them, and he has a familiar voice. Who recognized Toji's voice?
Oh, you know I recognize Toji's voice. They saved the rebuilds, guys. They saved the rebuilds.
Yeah.
True, we were complaining about the lack of Toji last time, and here he is with a family. Can you believe it?
Yes,
he married that last rep girl.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was so happy when she came in. Oh my goodness. And they clarified it was her. I was like, yes, good job.
Yeah,
it's true, because she doesn't really act like her, but it is. She's been domesticated, all right? This happens in anime all the time. These women, they have big personalities, they have a kid, and then they got no personalities. And, that's just how it is in Japan, apparently. Now, but you know, happily ever after. Do they have one kid or two kids? Because there's an older kid, but I didn't know if that was their kid.
Wait, what?
Okay.
There was an older kid? You mean the one she's like babysitting or whatever?
Yeah, I think that's what it is eventually.
Yes,
because there's one. Because when Shinji wakes up or something, one of them wakes up and there's like the dog with the thing on its head because you know it's hurt or something, and there's an older kid that says, "What's this fucking kid doing here?" or something. So that must be the kid that they look after while the mummy is at work. But also they have a little girl, EliteAri. True, and it had a name, but I didn't write it down. And you're gonna remember it, EliteAri. Go ahead.
I could not tell you. I don't know.
I remember because Ray, before she dies, says she wants to hold her more. But I don't remember the name. I feel like it started with a T or something. But,
Bacon knows it.
You know, that's crazy. Bacon, do you want to talk about all this great slice of life stuff you love so much in the beginning portion of this movie? Go ahead.
Yeah. I just like the variety of locations, and I think what I figured out, I like knowing where I am in the world roughly. Because one thing the ending does, I'm just like, I have no clue locationally, physically where this is placed. So it's nice being like quite grounded and being able to like think about the world in your mind and stuff. So that's quite fun.
That's why you like the end, because you can go there on Google Maps.
True.
True. It's very funny. But that's true. Well, let's go through it a little bit.
Well, I actually kind of want to expand on that point because I was thinking this when I was watching these slice of life parts that and it does have a lot to do with actually feeling like you know where you are. I feel like this movie is the only thing in Evangelion that has really sold me on the apocalyptic state of the world to the extent that like it affects, there's like normal people that this affects, because in like the anime, you had all these people in the city and then they just kind of like go underground whenever there's something wrong, and then they go to school again and things are just like normal again. This felt like, okay, this is like a new status quo for the world because the world is in a very poor state. I don't feel like I was really sold on the state of the world being like that in any other Evangelion.
This is like a big thing. I think this is probably like the overall thing I think about that distinguishes like the movies from the original series is they spend a lot of time fleshing out very specific things, and the world is definitely one of the things in the rebuilds, mostly in this one, because when apocalyptic stuff is happening in the original series, you never have a shot of like the people being affected or whatever.
Yeah.
Which you do get here, where like all the red comes up and it hits like the barrier or whatever, and Toji's like hugging Hikari or whatever. I'm also very mixed on like whether or not I do like it, but it's like it's kind of the ethos of the rebuilds, and I don't know if I like the ethos, even though I really like the execution a lot. Where it is like fleshing out a lot of things that were all implied in the original series, and I think it just appeals to different people, of people who want to like imagine the ambiguity of things and be like, well, there's people out there, even though we've never seen them or something, and you like imagine it and that brings you satisfaction, or they're not actually being shown it brings you satisfaction. This is also the case, I think, with the Gendo stuff at the end of the movie, where it's like Gendo, like everything that happens in this movie with Gendo, I guess besides the Mari stuff, is implied in the end of Ava scene, but it's just like brought out to like this 20-minute sequence. Well, it's probably not that long. It's probably like a 7-minute sequence in this movie. And again, I think that scene is probably my favorite scene in the whole movie. But it's also like a subtlety kind of give and take depending on which way you like it. And it's very interesting. This is actually what not my next video, but my video after that. I'm probably going to make a video about Gendo and his different endings like that. And I think this is another aspect like that, where they do feel completely different in their approaches to most things. Even like the interpersonal Shinji like understanding he wants to live stuff isn't really that much a part of this movie. It's kind of, he kind of deals with it off screen, and the only time the movie gets like seriously existential in any sort of way, or like interpersonally philosophical or whatever, is when Gendo has his monologue. And it's not really done through Shinji, which is interesting. Shinji's like really sad, and then he just slowly gets over it, and then he's like fine. Which again is interesting. It's just like a difference in priorities on what to focus on. But you know, that's my little silly spiel. There's not really a conclusion there, because again, I do love this movie too. But it's a very different approach. And I guess, Mia, I'm congratulating you on figuring out my talking point for me. Tremendous.
True. That's what I was doing.
That's the only reason you three are here, my goodness, is to validate my feelings. And Jockey Bacon, that's why you gotta go.
Gotta go what?
You gotta
just in
leave.
general?
You gotta validate
okay.
me.
Fast.
Oh yeah, you gotta go fast.
So
true, we were talking about the real life, Mia. Go ahead.
True. The real life. What? Why? Were we?
Well, the real life that these people live, they picked the
Oh,
rice.
yes. Ray learning the most mundane things is my favorite
With all
thing
her
in Evangelion.
aunties.
Ray is now my favorite character. This Ray 06,
Ray 3?
by the way.
Well, yeah, Ray 6.
Yes, they confirmed that it was 6. So my thought that she might be 9 was not true, but 6. So there still has been multiple Rays since 03, which I thought was really interesting, or 02 rather.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think this. I was just so emotionally invested in this Ray the whole time. It was the best stuff.
True, we love the great Ray 3, and even Ray 2 came back at the end. My goodness, but we're not up to that. Toji's a doctor, can you believe it? But he's not really a doctor, but he's kind of a doctor. He's looking after that pregnant lady, and we do find out that pregnant lady did give birth. The aunties are talking about it later. True. What other things do we get here? There's a pregnant cat under the train, and Ray's learning about goodbye and all these things.
Yeah, learning about cats was awesome.
She doesn't know what a cat is. She thinks it's a dog.
Ray farming art.
And Kensuke is also around. I guess we haven't talked about that yet.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So, hanging out with Asuka, huh? What's going on?
True.
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know.
The same age.
Congrats, guys, but I don't know.
And at the end, she gets to have an adult body, so everything's A-okay, right?
True.
Maybe. But true, she is suspiciously living at his place. But he's like a handyman. And eventually, oh my god, he takes Shinji to meet Misato and Kaji's kid. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
We didn't get a sex scene this time, but apparently she was pregnant at the end of that second movie. Yeah.
Crazy.
Unbelievable.
There is one thing here. Asuka refers to humans as Lilin here, and that pretty much just solidified that she was going to be a clone for me, or what do you call it? Like artificial? Was Asuka ever real in the rebuilds? Was she ever like a real person?
Well, this is weird at the end because the original one does come to her, but I don't know if that's like supposed to be the OG series one. And there's also where we're still sequel baiting a little bit, where it's like, is this happening after? And like we get the shot later of when Karu gets his existential analysis. There's like a trillion. What we only saw like 9 coffins in like the end of the first movie. But we actually see that there's a trillion. And then we also see a shot of like Shinji remembering meeting him in the original series, and a shot that's not in the rebuilds. So this is all a bit, I don't know if this is like Gendo has the knowledge from previous versions of this story, and he was just like, fuck it, I'll just make an Asuka for Shinji to have the proper relationship with her or something. Because also they start doing like, well, Asuka keeps positing like genetic determinism or whatever, where he's like, silly Ray, you only like Shinji because you're programmed to like Shinji, dumbass. Which seems to be part of it. But I don't know if we're supposed to read into that. Well, Ray, when confronted with that, is just like, well, I'm happy, I don't care. So I don't know if we're supposed to just... True. But I don't know if we're supposed to think that's actually true, or like people... Also, most of the movie is about like fighting against your predetermined whatever the fuck, so maybe we're not supposed to believe that, and that's like the point of the movie, and she just does like Shinji because she likes Shinji because he was nice to her. He tried to get her books, Mia, can you believe that? And then she found out what a book was. There was a library.
It was
in a car train. And she drops a potato, and that girl without a front tooth gives it back and says, you got to give things back that you find. And that's why she gives Shinji back his Walkman.
Oh, it's the greatest.
I thought you hated this movie. My goodness.
I said I loved the first 1/3 of this movie, which is so true, and we're still on it. On it.
Anything else?
I like that.
There definitely is.
I like that Asuka calls Kensuke Ken because it reminds me of Pen Pen.
True,
Oh
and
my
there's a
God,
bunch
Pen
of
Pen had a
pen pens
family.
under that bridge.
That
And
was
Pen Pen's
crazy.
alive, guys. Pen Pen's
I don't know if that was
alive.
Pen
though.
I
There's a bunch
stood
of
up and
Pen Pens.
cheered when Pen Pen was on my screen.
That's right.
But yeah,
He freed the
in
aquarium penguins.
in
It's
that
awesome.
little area.
Remember
we
the
had some
aquarium,
penguins.
guys?
Oh, what a sequence.
Yes, I do.
The first 1/3 of this movie was like the aquarium.
True.
It was
I said
the
that last
aquarium
time and then
movie. It
giggled
was the
under my
best.
breath. So I knew.
Yeah, I guess Kyle's always ahead of it, guys. Everyone clap.
I've seen these movies
Wow.
before. Oh, I guess another thing for my shut up. One thing for my personal context that is important. This is only the second time I've seen this movie. These other ones I'd seen a bunch of times. So there was a bunch of shit I didn't remember, but that was crazy. But true, there were many pen pens. They were chilling. One time when it was raining, Shinji went down to hang out with the pen pens, but he was still depressed at that point. Isn't that so sad? Oh, Kensuke's like the boss or something, somebody says. So that's crazy. Also, he's a drunk. True, he comes home with a bottle or something. And also, we meet Hikari's father. Now, that's crazy. And he was yelling at Shinji for not eating his food. True, Shinji was wasting food and they didn't have a lot of food.
He was a problem, that Shinji.
Yeah, didn't you just want to go over and kick him a little bit and then shove some bread down his throat?
No, I was on his side.
This thinking, I mean, yeah, no, fair.
EliteAri.
I was thinking this is Evangelion. This is what Evangelion's all about to me.
True.
True. Instead of
being a freak.
Well, I was going a different direction. Instead of there's a funny thing because it is a little parallel. And there are a few like direct parallels to the end of Ava. This is a bit of a stretch to call this one, but he comes in and like Asuka's naked that one time. It's like in the last movie when Asuka got naked, we jerked off over a corpse. And this Shinji doesn't even want to jerk off over Asuka. So that's how you know things are bad.
He's come so far, guys.
True. Evangelion has come so far.
That's my Shinji.
No. We like End of Ava Shinji much more. That's way cooler. And also compare, the opening scene of End of Ava, the jerking off scene, to the opening scene of this movie. My goodness, we got to choose End of Ava. Who cares about some fight in Paris?
Okay, this actually relates to a point I wanted to make. I feel like this version of the Evangelion cast is so much more well adjusted. Like they kind of figure things out in a more normal way compared to like the original characters. And I mean, Shinji not jerking off over Asuka is a good point, I guess. But no, I'm kind of jumping ahead. But it's the goodbye with Misato. That like Shinji saying goodbye to Misato. I was like, wow, they had a normal, well-adjusted conversation.
She didn't even try and fuck him.
He didn't even. I know. I was like, wait, but how will he know what an adult kiss is like? What are we doing?
He's got Mari. She's 44, and she's gonna kiss him. That's how he's gonna know it.
That's an actual brilliant point. It's a brilliant point. They that auto. He kept it going.
You need an older woman to teach you what's what in life, apparently. Anyway, well, you were saying something that's important, but I forgot.
Who was saying something important? Oh, that the characters are
well-adjusted.
Well-adjusted characters.
True, the characterization.
They kind of actually like figure out their problems and solve them instead of wallowing. Yeah.
I was going to point out a funny, because the usual critique of the rebuild films, and especially the characters and stuff, is that they feel more anime than the great Evangelion, which was more realistic. And this is a thing people say, where it's like, they just get over things, like in a normal character arc or whatever, like you're some shitty normal anime. In my great Neon Genesis Evangelion, nobody would get over anything.
I kind of agree with this. I do feel like they definitely are not the same characters. The way they approach problems is very different and definitely doesn't make them feel like Evangelion characters. I don't know if they're more anime. It feels like they were just written by someone who didn't want to, I don't know, leave them in a very negative spot the entire time. It felt like a kind of the good ending in a way. It felt like
it's definitely a more explicit good ending.
Yeah, like they're, I don't know, trying to give these characters a better send-off.
It's more like comfortable, when you're just chilling with your Evangelion friends over here, it's not so scary. The happy ending this time doesn't involve trying to choke a lady to death, but, that's why this movie's felt loser pussies like EliteAri.
It does kind of make it a little less interesting. It like, I feel like there's a lot less to ponder on with this movie. And I don't know, if I didn't have the context of these characters in their original form to inform how I look at them in this movie, I don't think I would care about them as much. Except Rey, because Rey was the best.
Sure.
Go
ahead, Jockey Bacon.
I would kind of agree, because I think the ending hits harder because it like wraps with Evangelion in general. But I was thinking, I was like, I like Mari. She's clearly the best girl. But she also doesn't get much, and Rey doesn't. Rey gets a decent chunk of this movie, but I'm also just like, well, this is the 50th Rey I've seen, so I don't really care that much. And then Asuka's also here, and I'm just like, well, Asuka's not really the same. It is interesting because I'm just like, when you have the TV show, you have the time, and here I was like, yeah, I think it almost like, I don't know. It's hard to know. I just wasn't invested that much, but I think it's partly because it felt like I haven't just spent time with them, and any time just putting investment of time into something, you naturally like get attached to it, or you like, there is more likelihood of reward, So I feel like the movies don't really capitalize on that in the same way.
It is interesting. I do remember feeling kind of the same way the first time I watched this movie about the Rey stuff, of like, oh, we're doing the same thing again. Where it's like she's going to learn how to be a person.
Better, but
well, that's not true. But
it's just it's just, I don't know. It's just like, I've seen it so many times so much that it doesn't really hit. But it's hard.
I feel like it has the benefit.
I watched it the first time.
It has the benefit of having giving it the time to breathe. That I feel like the progression of Rey didn't really have before. At least for me, I feel like this is what made it different for me. Because yes, this Rey going through the same kind of arc as the original Rey, but there was just something about the execution of it where I felt like she really had the time. You know what? Maybe I just fall for Moe bait every time. Maybe that's just it.
Me too. What can I say? But true. Ali, are you piped in or giggling or something? Did you want to say something?
I don't think so. I like the Rey stuff. Have we talked about her death yet? Because I have some notes on that. But I like it.
Yeah, let's go there.
All right, I like the death. It is firstly, it's very affecting. Like, it is. I feel very bad, mostly for Shinji, because Rey, I guess, is there's nothing she can do. But
what about that scene where she fell over and she hit her head on the ground because she was running out of steam?
Oh my god.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, that blew my. That really, really, like, I don't know, that hurt.
And then that note she left where it was all the things she had learned. She said, good night, good morning, something, and then goodbye or something. That was sad.
Yeah, I agree.
I do think this is one of the best character deaths in Evangelion. I think the original Asuka death is probably the only one that beats it out, just because of, I don't know, everything surrounding that death, the characters' reactions to it. But man, they just did this one so well. But then Rey was gone, and that sucks. And there was still more movie left.
I like original Rey 2 better, but whatever. Ali, are you going to say
wait, we didn't talk about the best thing, which is that she like turns into liquid, and then there's like a little cross over her heart, and it's like, oh, look at that. And it turns into a rainbow, and I'm like, oh, that was very cute.
That was cute. They all pop when they're exposed. If Yusuke does that later, he pops.
Yeah. I guess the point here is that Rey she's a cautionary tale, right? She is someone who didn't make advantage of the time she had, right? Her whole life, she doesn't really do what she wanted to do. She doesn't get to learn these things, and only when she gets to do it right at the end of her life, she kind of wishes she could have done them sooner. And it's like a lesson for Shinji to kind of, get up, do what you can do, live a life. I like that element to it too.
True.
There's she says the three things at the end. I can't remember what they were. It was she wanted to hold the baby more.
Love.
Oh, she wanted to she wanted to spend more time with the boy she liked. That was Shinji Ikari. I'm crying. And that was the first thing. Oh, she wanted to pick the rice. She wanted to see the rice grow, but she ran out of time. That was very sad. And then she popped. No, that was crazy. What were you saying, Mia?
I was just gonna say I know. I mean, Ari, you're right. I don't know. It's a nitpick, but the fact that she literally dies because she went out and did these things. Like, it wasn't like she was, I don't know, she wasted time. It's just she just couldn't exist outside
Without the
of
pool
Nerve,
thing,
right?
No, I
Yeah.
think when I say waste time, I mean it seemed, unless I'm not remembering, this which is very possible because that last movie was very confusing, the second last one. But when I say waste time, I mean it's all the time that she spent not questioning anything and just kind of just living
True.
in that little like room, in that little place. I don't know. And it's not her fault necessarily. I guess it's more so it is more so for me. It's like Shinji, it's more of a lesson for Shinji than I think it is a condemnation of Rei or anything like that.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But true, yes. The race stuff is kind of the end of the Slices of Life stuff, I think, because after that, Shinji decides he wants to go on the ship. So did anybody have anything else to say about this opening
It's a cool,
sequence? They were living on the train track.
It's a cool world. Like they've got like a little barrier around them. There's these Avas that are just roaming the world. Like I like all that. That's super cool.
They got they got the weird rods, and they're doing experiments in that one place. And
yeah,
I guess there's not much more to say about Misato's kid.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
true.
go ahead,
I mean
Mia.
that's a thing.
Oh,
It's nice that okay,
Oh,
when I
wait.
did see him in the show, I was like, this guy's just a cooler Shinji.
you know
And
what
then
I
was like,
thought?
oh, I guess that makes sense.
I saw him and I thought, oh, did they clone Shinji? Is that what this is? But no, it was not a clone. Yeah.
Yeah, he did kind
Yeah.
of look very Shinji-esque.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they're Misato's two sons, which will come back later. But you know, how sad. And I guess this is another thing. This is like a bigger point, but like they're doing a lot of Gendo Misato parallels, where it's like Gendo, like Misato leaves her kid behind, and she's like doing everything to try and appease her former lover. But like obviously she's better than Gendo, and she's like nicer. But there's like a bunch of parallels there. She's the commander now. Gendo's the commander. And they also have the confrontation in the middle there. So there's something to that. I don't know exactly what the point of it is, but
I like
it's
how
there.
I like how she has Kaji's bandana or whatever, and that's kind of like how reflecting how she had her dad's necklace. They kind of take the same
Yeah.
space for her. I thought that was a cool, I don't know, just like echo of that part of her character.
The necklace really isn't in this movie at all, huh? Didn't even think about that. Oh, and at one point there's a compilation of Rei doing a bunch of things. Like she's going to class and she's doing a bunch of other things, and there's a song over it, which was nice.
It was
And
beautiful.
that was
It's like an English song, right, or something. I remember it standing
yeah,
out.
I think
yeah.
so. Now there's the insert songs are not quite end of Ava quality, but
Yeah, they're better.
They're all right.
One
That's
thing
the most retarded thing I've ever heard, but
I didn't
Go
quite
ahead.
understand about Kaji. I just kind of missed the explanation, and I didn't go back to check exactly what his plan was. But his plan with the seeds, what was that?
oh, so he's like got like, are you talking about like the arc thing later on?
Yeah, the arc.
Yes, I guess he was like in the background collecting all the samples so they could repopulate the Earth, which is like, I guess, implied by him liking the water place where they were putting the water back. You know what I'm talking about? The sea
Right,
lab
yes.
or whatever. So I guess this is like a big thing, and like because we see the watermelon shot, which actually wasn't in the movies, but it's like it's here. And then there's like seeds and watermelons. So at the end, like, well, in the big ship, they've got like a big arc of all this stuff, and they like shoot them off before the final battle, and then we see them at the end, like coming down, and then obviously we also see like the water is blue again all over and we see a shot of Earth, and they fixed it. That's like
was that yeah? What was it to like fix the environment to like repopulate? And that's it. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure because like I was thinking about Interstellar, not Interstellar. Oh yeah, no, Interstellar, where they have they're like looking for a new planet for humanity, and then they have a bunch of like samples to create people from scratch to like restart the population. So I thought for a second that was the plan, but then it didn't seem like that. So
no,
thank
I
you.
think it was just
We
all
have
animals.
there's that big vault in the north of Finland, I think, on the most northernmost island of the world, like the highest latitude, but they've got seed samples of every seed ever.
Wow.
Even my
Let's go.
seed.
You know, whenever someone says seed, I think of the Ymir chapter.
Why?
True.
Oh, because
Yeah.
he does say that. No, he spread my
He
seed.
said,
Or yeah,
Take my seed.
yeah.
I was thinking about Shinji Ikari, but that's okay. True. Oh, anything else from the great slice of life portion? Jockey Bacon, anything you didn't say yet that you want to remember to say?
I think I liked everybody. I liked the old ladies.
They were cool.
I was a bit.
Oh, Ray's trying to
mad.
get a name. That's like a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I was a bit
man.
missed.
I was a bit mad we didn't get any fans of the older ladies though.
Sure.
What do you mean?
Fans?
But when they're having the baths, right? I'm just like, of course they have
fans.
baths.
Oh,
Of
any
course
fan
they focus.
service.
Yeah.
I see.
Of course they
No,
don't
instead we just
focus
get
on. Of
Oscar
course they
and
focus
Mari.
on Ray instead of the actual goat.
Oh yeah, and Ray.
Where's my
Ray's
gilf
knees.
love?
I remember that shot. My goodness.
I did think it was very funny having Ray like always in this the plug suit, and she just like looks so out of place. It looks very funny every time I'm watching her do
And then they
mundane
got
things
a
in
new
mundane
outfit,
life.
and it's just her old outfit.
Yeah, no, that
Yeah.
was lame. That was lame. That was
I
lame.
totally
Yeah.
agree. I wanted her to be dressed as a farmer.
It couldn't be. My goodness. Oh, I have a funny pedophile joke about Misato. Who wants to hear?
I really do.
I said she got away from her son because she couldn't resist him.
That's
What?
crazy, man. You gotta go. You gotta
She's
go.
get it, EliteAri? She's a pedo, so she couldn't be around her boy son because she
Right.
would have kissed him like Shinji.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, how
She
else
doesn't know
are you
it.
gonna learn, guys?
Now, I wrote that down while doing my notes, so that's why it took me like 5 hours to watch this fucking movie. I was coming up with jokes. Now, true, Ray did die. She goes to Shinji to die. He gives her a name, which is just Ayanami. She says all the things, then she pops. And the baby cries when she dies. Oh my goodness, the baby loved her.
That was me.
Also, her plug suit went from black to white as she like died. So that was interesting. I don't know why, but
Yeah, I
that was
didn't
kind
know
of
what to
cool
make of
imagery.
that.
She looked like the old Ray. You know, we love the old Ray. And true, that's when we get on the ship here. I guess we'll just move in.
I think
Go ahead.
I mean, just to close out this part of the story, I just think they really made up for how much the classmates got kind of shafted in the first few movies. It felt like kind of making up for that, or at the very least, I don't know. They traded a lot of what those characters were and what I liked about them for the sake of the rest of the cast for those movies, and it felt like they wanted to do right by the characters, and they did. So I was very happy.
Yeah, because even more than that, I think it was probably for brevity to have throw Asuka in the Toji thing, so we don't have to do all the Toji stuff.
Yeah,
and this movie like corrects that because it's fucking 3 hours long, and they weren't going to be brief.
the best.
Which was interesting.
Love a movie that doesn't end.
Well, you know, apparently you just hate the fucking the rest of this movie. So
we'll talk about it. Coming around.
Yuck. But true, they get on the Wunder or whatever the fuck it's called. Sounds German. That's lame. Toji's sister slaps the shit out of Shinji, and Asuka says, "What are you, his wife?" So we like domestic violence, apparently. My goodness. But she did say, "Baka Shinji," and for a second it seems like they're shipping these two. Thoughts?
Definitely, yeah.
It definitely seemed like it.
I thought this was out of left field, and I didn't care at all. I was like,
yeah, they didn't need to do all that. There's a lot with that sister they didn't need to do.
Yeah, I don't need. Yeah.
Oh, wait until we get to the great shots later on in the movie. We love it. But true. Asuka makes a wife comment. That was funny. Mari and Asuka just love each other so much. True, they see each other again. They like cuddle and something. They are in like the same room. There's a million books in there or something. Mari just can't get enough. That was cute. And then I think this is when they also go and see Shinji before they like take off. Asuka says Shinji doesn't need a lover. He needs a mother. And we cut to our first shot of Misato.
Smart.
True. Because that's Misato's his mommy. What do you say, Mia?
This Asuka's just so smart. She's such a fucking just different person. She's so different.
The S in Shikinami doesn't stand for the Imperial Japanese vessel. It stands for SMART, EliteAri. What does that smell?
Smart.
Smart. She's smart. My goodness. She's thinking about her actual son. True, Misato must have been. Oh, true. Well, actually, I wrote this down, but it's just because she's in her arc thing and she's thinking about Kaji and she saw like his last name on the thing, and I was like, oh, she's thinking about her son. But that might not have been the case. She was just thinking about her ex-boyfriend, her baby daddy. My goodness. They made an arc on the ship. Kaji loved animals or something. True. And the most important part after this is we got the title flash. My goodness.
Oh,
It
yeah.
said Thrice Upon a Time. And remember last time, Mia, you didn't recall these being in the movies? Pretty embarrassing for you.
What I hadn't seen this movie.
Well, no, you only recalled them in one of the last movies when they were in all three. So that's
Yeah, I guess it was because I only watched one good movie last time.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. And you only like that one. That's unbelievable.
I love that
Anyway.
third movie.
True. I mean, kind of true.
They
Asuka's hair
played
keeps
the
growing.
drums, guys. They
Oh my
played the
God.
drums.
You know what?
And I
They
was
did.
happy. I
Yeah.
was happy to hear it.
Oh my god, this is my, you know what, the ending's really good. This is probably my second favorite, if not my favorite scene in the movie. Oh my goodness. You know what? I
Go ahead.
teared up watching this, alright? Which sounds crazy, but oh my god, when the music started playing and they started to center, like, oh my god, this is Evangelion. They're playing the Evangelion music. It was crazy. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe I was such an Eva fan in that moment, but yeah.
You are talking about the battle music, right?
Yeah, it was like
Yes.
dun 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 dun.
Yeah, 'cause it was a remix.
Dun.
And then later they used the like actual original one, I think.
No, the remix was the good one.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
The homage.
It was dramatic. It was cool. I liked it.
It's the best. I love Evangelion, guys.
Yep.
Mhm. EliteAri loves Evangelion, especially
Jerky
Evangelion
Bacon
3.0 plus
loves
1.0
Evangelion.
Thrice Upon a Time. Jockey Bacon's just a hater in disguise. He's really the Oscar of the group. Who knew? Now,
Yeah, and this is when it all
I'm
goes
trying to speak
downhill,
about
guys.
Oscar here, everybody. Will you remain
Okay.
quiet, please? Oscar's hair keeps growing, and Mari says it has like God in it or something. Do you remember that line? That was a little weird.
Yeah, something like that.
But true, her hair's the only part that keeps growing. And isn't that the opposite for Saiyans, EliteAri?
In maybe I don't know. I don't remember the deep lore.
Because Saiyan's hair doesn't change, remember? And that's why Trunks' hair grew in the hyperbolic time chamber and Vegeta's didn't. Whereas
Right.
it's the opposite here. You
Thank you.
understand? That was supposed to be funny, you fucking idiot. And it was supposed to be for you.
That's a good one.
Unbelievable. He's sick. That's why he didn't laugh, everybody. Misato's two sons in a photo. Oh, this was a sweet moment. She got sent a photo and it was Shinji and her cool son doing the peace sign while Shinji's being a little dork. And it's like her two little boys. And she's, neglecting both of them right now because she hasn't spoken to Shinji yet and it's very sad. And I freaking cried. Oh, and as we're all getting off, there's a fist bump between our two dudes, the long-haired guitar guy and the Misato lover. They fist bump one last time before Evangelion ends forever, and they're not going to be on screen. And everything, the song's playing, everybody's putting their bandanas on or whatever. Pretty epic. Also, here we see flashes of Kaji saving everybody. This is a thing that we've kind of revisited. Like, what happened at the end of that second movie was not just the post-credit scene of Karu getting Shinji. That didn't stop the thingy, because the thingy still happened, even though it seemed like it stopped the thingy. And then also there was another thing with Kaji that apparently stopped it, but kind of stopped it or something. And also we see an Ava coming out of Lilith and like has its head held up or something. So there's a bunch of crazy stuff going on here.
Even in
and
death,
this
we
is-
have to glaze Kaji, guys.
We love the great Kaji. What a great guy he was. He sacrificed
just don't
himself.
stop.
Oh, Jockey Bacon, you love Kaji. Speak some sense into Mia.
I don't know. He wasn't really in this one, but he did turn up again, I guess. But yeah.
True, at the end he was.
That's the take I
Karu
would
for some
expect.
reason.
Yeah, he
Yes,
was in this one, I guess.
We can talk about Karu later. My goodness. Oh, everybody's got nice white rainbow plug suits. That was pretty epic. Asuka's mad at Shinji for not making decisions. True, this is when they go back to see Shinji when he's, because Asuka has one of those collars on for some reason. Can somebody explain that to me? I don't understand. But Shinji doesn't, because he doesn't need one, because he's not going to pilot, I guess.
We kind of see it, right? Because a little bit later on, Asuka does become
She uses
an
it for something.
angel, right?
But that's when she
I as-
rips the thing out of her eyeball, bro.
Yeah, I assume keeping that under control was why she had one on.
That makes sense. I could see that happening. Or being
The
the
angel
reason that-
blood in her, that's what she said.
Because remember in the second movie, it was her that got the angel fight. So that was kind of cool that even came back. I didn't remember that. But it was also blue because the angels are blue and they said patent blue or something. And that was kind of crazy.
If we're going to jump ahead to this scene, okay?
Go ahead.
This is so Diebuster, guys.
She had rainbow hair.
Diebuster, guys.
I don't remember any of this.
She's in the red mech. EliteAri, get excited. My goodness, the great Momo has arrived.
It's the great Momo. You're so right. Yeah, he's the best. That was fun.
You don't sound very freaking impressed, EliteAri. Oh, Mia.
I don't remember anything from
Asuka never did the thing. Shut up, EliteAri.
It never happened. It never happened.
I made it up. Isn't that crazy?
I swear to God.
I was just tricking you. You know, I knew from the whole
time. The whole time. Did you actually think that it happened?
No, yeah.
Or were you
I didn't remember it happening in this movie, so I'd given up hope. I didn't even think about it until this moment. But I did remember it in the second movie, but it didn't happen. But she did Inazuma kick that one angel, remember? That was
that makes up for it.
And she had fucking rainbow. Fuck Gunbuster. She's got the Die Buster going on. Oh my goodness, the greatest anime of all time. Wait, EliteAri, until I use your silly website to put the Die Buster as #1. Unbelievable. But true, we were jumping ahead. Did you jump ahead to fruition, Mia?
Well, kind of. I mean, okay, we kind of skipped over stuff that doesn't matter, so that's good because this is where my problems started, and it's great spectacle. This whole the start of this final battle, but I feel like what made the combat kind of interesting to me for Evangelion was the fact that even though it's mecha, it's very hand to hand. They have these very short knives, and that's the primary weapon they use against the angels. And I get it, the technology has progressed further, but it feels so much more mecha anime and less Evangelion. Once you start getting these big ship fights, you get the what was it, the Eva Infinity Swarm. It's all so large scale, the fighting, in a way I didn't really feel with Evangelion.
There was a gazillion of those guys.
Unique. Yeah, well, infinity of them even.
Well, yeah, that felt very Gunbuster towards the end of Gunbuster. But
I mean, yeah, it was very I know this wasn't Gainax anymore, but it's still very Gainax. Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what this section felt like, actually, this fighting for me, Gurren Lagann, especially right at I'm not going to spoil stuff, but there was some spiral stuff, but it was a whole thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Gurren Lagann sucks. It's lame.
It's
not funny if nobody takes the bait.
It's not true.
Hey, why would you say that?
I don't care enough about Gurren Lagann to get mad at.
True, go ahead.
Boring politics.
Next week, guys, we're rewatching Gurren Lagann.
Yeah.
We will all be here. Sharky Bacon.
I haven't watched it, so I'm not rewatching nothing.
We're watching Gurren Lagann. Sharky Bacon is so excited. It's gonna be on his channel.
Oh.
Yep.
Epic. Leftover bacon. Let's get on there. Now, actually, next week, what we're going to be doing is Revolutionary Girl Utena. Tell him, EliteAri.
That's right.
Great chill, EliteAri. Now, what were we talking about? Oh, a gazillion and the combat. EliteAri, you love this movie. Tell Mia that the combat was cool, and we had giant Gatling guns, and we had ships shooting at each other. There were 3 other ships. Oh my goodness.
I think the appeal of this section of the combat to me was the idea that Fuyutsuki was leading it all. I kind of like that element probably the most.
Oh, what a guy he was.
Yeah, more so than the
he
actual
was solo running that ship, right?
Yep.
He was that was crazy. He was kind of that guy.
That's
he
right.
was really that guy.
Yep.
And he's just trying to help his friend Gendo. Can't we all relate?
He's doing it for Yui.
That's true. His wish overlaps.
Also, let me just say, I watched this movie once subbed, and then the second watch that I partially finished is dubbed. Yeah, but Bacon, did you watch the dub?
Yeah.
I gotta say, not a fan of Shinji's voice actor. I have to say, every other voice I think is.
No, we love
good.
EliteAri. He's so smart.
No, Shinji's voice actor is not good. No.
Is this another new Shinji voice actor, or is this the original?
It's the same way. I think.
I cannot. The Shinji voice I have heard in the many funny Evangelion dub clips, I cannot picture in this movie at all.
Yeah, I was quite happy you didn't talk for half the beginning. I was like, that's so great.
Another strange dub thing though is Fuyutsuki sounds so much younger. He sounds like a young man in the dub.
Yeah, the Fuyutsuki. Yeah, no, I didn't remember him something like that in the other ones. I have a feeling his voice actor might have died.
Oh,
that's why I would have been, because I don't. It's not the same bond.
Nice job, EliteAri. You just made fun of a dead man.
All right, that's fine.
I don't know if that's true though.
We're gonna say it's true. True. Because we have this middle action sequence, and then we sort of get into the then we cut off with the Gendo confrontation scene. Anything to say pre-Gendo confrontation scene?
Did I have anything? Oh, there was like a. Oh, no, this happens after. Never mind. Go for it.
Oh, there's an interesting thing where Mari has some dialogue where she's like, "Something's wrong. What are you doing, Gendo?" And she doesn't call him like Gendo Akari or whatever, and it's like, oh, well, it's like implication.
She keeps saying Gendo something like Gendo Ikari-kun or something. Like she speaks down to him, which is interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, because we'll find out later. Everybody, calm down. Oh, in this part also we start getting impact imagery where it's like the wings are coming out of the ships and stuff like that. The ships are like the 4 horsemen or something because there's 4 of them. That's pretty cool. Asuka to power up pulls the thing out of her eye. It's patent blue because she's an angel. Her hair is rainbow like Momo. Asuka loses and the giggling Ray sound effect comes on. I think that's the only time it's used in the movie, which is cool. And there's also like a shot of like an original Asuka, and then like Karu is like between her legs, but not even in a sexy way. Everybody calm down. But it's like a silhouette of him. It was a really cool shot. And yes, then the we kind of talked about this already, but her original maybe comes to her and like saves her and pulls her out, and the thing explodes and something. She doesn't entirely get killed like she does in End of Eva. Trying to get my movie straight here. But true, then we get to Gendo floats down to confront Misato. And Ritsuko shot him immediately, Mia.
Yep, love that Ritsuko.
It's freaking epic. It's like the end of Evangelion, except she actually freaking did it this time.
I know, we're correcting everyone's mistakes. It's the best. I think, so this is where I came to a very important conclusion that Gendo does actually know what's up. He's not.
Yeah,
true.
I have been so like
Rebuild one does
this character. I've been so, I guess, harsh on this character, where I have been assuming that he is so full of shit at all points, but no, I do think Gendo does know what's going on now. I surrender.
When she shot him like 7 times, his brains fell out and he put it back in his head, and he had crazy. He doesn't got eyes. He's got a thingy.
He's not just put it on this visor because he thinks it looks cool, guys. I think
that's true. You did make fun of him last time. I remember.
Something's going on. Yeah.
He's got crazy eyes, and not in the funny way. He doesn't have eyes. What's going on there?
It's because he absorbed the knowledge of God, right, or something, and I don't know.
That's true. That's what he said, or something. Yeah. It was that N word, not that one, EliteAri, that you like to use so much. That N word that Jockey Bacon said last time. It was Nebuchadnezzar.
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 Yep. Well, if you just take Jockey Bacon's line, he's going to sit there in silence for another 10 minutes, EliteAri.
Go ahead, Bacon.
Nebuchadnezzar.
Thank you.
Oh, Nebuchadnezzar.
Very good.
Well done.
Unbelievable. The Gendo's visor gets shut off and he has no eyes or something. Unit whatever eats Asuka's plug or something. Purify the oceans, the earth, and now souls. That was the different impacts he was going on about. And that was
I did think that was cool. I didn't catch on to that kind of trend of the the second impact was the oceans turning red, and then the third had the land turning red. That made a lot of sense. I didn't think about that.
And now the souls one. That means end of Eva imagery. Not imagery stuff, but crazy psyches.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't remember this at all. So, I wasn't even teasing last time or hinting at anything. So, unbelievable. Oh, and then in another end of Eva, like callback thing, Gendo goes into the Evangelion through the mouth. Like last time, remember when he got chomped on?
Yeah.
But this time he goes in. That was cool. There's a few of these little end of Eva things. And then he goes into the anti-universe. And that means you're on like a set and you're on like a model table and you fight Shinji there. But
yeah, seeing the sound stage again, like from the end of the anime, was kind of the best thing ever.
Freaking sick.
That was kind of really good.
But we're jumping ahead a little bit there.
Oh,
only Shinji and Unit 1 can enter the anti-universe or something, but Mari did too, I think. So, and then Shinji asked to pilot it. Could you believe it? He was what a sweet young man. He just wants to go and save the world for all of his friends.
And everyone hated him for it.
Well, they all admit that they never actually hated him in this moment. It's very weird.
It's not weird.
Like,
it's very
it was
cool.
actually my fault.
I like it a lot.
Okay.
It makes sense, because again, I never bought that Misato could truly like.
Well, why did she tell him that?
To like defend herself, because she like was figuring it out. He kind of almost ended the world, and she didn't know how to feel about it because her stupid husband is dead. The father of her child is dead, guys. Don't you know?
That's upsetting. That is upsetting. EliteAri, you just love
the new father is ready to step up, guys.
True, Shinji.
Akari.
Yep.
He's 28 now. He's allowed to have sex with the great Misato.
But he's not actually 28, is he? Like, he's the only one who is.
He was 14. He's still physically 14.
Well, he isn't even mentally 14, right?
Yeah, I think so.
He isn't even, like, he was like frozen or something.
Yeah.
So that's why I was considering that the curse of the Evangelion is not real, because I got the idea that like Shinji is like an exception because he was kind of like preserved the whole time. He was
why would Shinji be an exception?
What? Because like I didn't think he was really like even physically like present.
I see.
Until he wasn't a physical thing until then.
If you're unconscious for 14 years, you probably still grow or something. If you're
I mean, was he just unconscious, or was he like? Because like I don't know that whole thing. I guess I guess if he was just physically up there, that's one thing. Okay, sure.
But Asuka did have it too. So that's
because she's not even real.
Yeah.
But is Shinji even real?
What a
question.
Yes.
Wow.
Let's move on.
Maybe. But Imari, my goodness.
So
destroyed.
Mari's the question. Exactly. Is she artificial? Is she a clone of the original Mari or whatever? Or is the curse of the Evangelion real?
She was just chilling with Gendo in college. It was pretty cool.
What I do find interesting with Mari, and I wish I brought this up last discussion, she says at the beginning of, like in her very first scene, where she has that first like action scene, she makes a comment about Nerve using children, the same one that Futsuki makes, I believe, or was it Kaji? No, I think it was Kaji. No, yeah, it was Kaji. She was like being critical of Nerve using children. And I was like, oh, she must be older than the rest of the pilots. And then and then the movie never brought it up again, so I kind of forgot about it. So I felt vindicated, but I didn't bring it up, so I'm a failure, guys.
No proof, you're just making this up post hoc to try and seem smart. We all understand. We're onto you. Now, EliteAri, you loved this scene, and you're going to tell everybody about it while I pee, okay?
All right.
Which
he's talking about the scene where they're all like shooting the ground, and then they all reveal that Shinji, we're actually, yes, we hate you for what you did, but yes, we are also thankful for what you did. What do I like about this? I like the fact that they are all not ignorant to the fact that like the intentions kind of matter. And
totally agree.
It was Shinji's choice to get in the Ava to save people, and that is the thing they're thankful for. And it was his choice to get in the Ava to kind of save Rei in that third impact, or the near third impact, and it was an unintended consequence of the result of it. And I kind of acknowledge that, I kind of appreciate that they acknowledged that, I guess, because I wasn't expecting that, so it was cool to see it. But
yeah, I actually totally agree. I thought they were going to stick to this. I don't know, having all the characters just kind of be upset at Shinji forever. And I'm glad that they recognized that. Because, like, I don't know, it's tough. Because I get it. If your whole life is dedicated to trying to repair the end of the world that has traumatized you, and then the end of the world happens again, that's gotta suck. And you probably aren't too happy with the person who is at fault for it. But yes, intention matters. And I'm glad that we got that last scene with Shinji and Misato out of this.
Indeed. And we don't like.
And then
pink
Misato lets her hair down.
Actually, we like that.
That was pretty cool moment. I was like, oh, she's like going back to old stuff, and she looks exactly the same.
Oh,
yeah. They just completely I swear to God, her entire character model changed when the hair came down.
Are we talking about the great moment where Misato came back?
Yes, when she puts her hair down, it was epic. But I was trying to piece together how the hair up Misato character design is the same character design with the hair down, and they just aren't the same. They I don't know. It felt like they changed her face structure in a way with this new character model, and then when the hair comes down, she just looks the same again.
She looked like a mean old lady, and now she looks like a pretty little Misato.
Yeah, am I off base here? Was there no kind of, I don't know, did anybody else feel like the two designs don't really mesh well?
She looked different.
Okay.
I'll be honest, I don't even remember the scene where the hair comes down or whatever, and I don't know. Nothing.
That was when she died.
She died?
Yeah, she drives the thing into the fucking thing.
Oh shit! Yeah, see, I forgot about that. Wait, see, I'm telling you, I rewatched this movie, and I remember all the stuff I rewatched. I don't remember that scene, but yeah, I do remember it now that you're saying it. True. Good point. I take it back.
Misato has to die. All right, it's the last Evangelion movie.
I think I was more sad for the original Misato death because it felt like
pedophiles more. Just admit it.
Whoa!
Oh my goodness!
I was gonna say I felt like she had unfinished growth to do, but here this I don't know. This is a Misato that figured everything out, and it's sad she won't see her son.
I can't believe IQ's the only non-Mushoku Tensei fan of being the pedophile sympathizer in this call. Unbelievable. I'm just the only one, that's responsible.
So what are Misato's character traits? Now that she's not a pedophile. Now that she's not hypersexualizing herself. Sorry.
Well, that's my favorite one.
I mean,
she's
I don't know
nice
what she has
and she's motherly and she's very happy and upbeat sometimes, but then she's actually secretly hates herself.
Kind of like that
she's
class
smart.
rep.
She comes up with some plans. And I've run out of characteristics.
So Toji's sister in that scene,
she fell down and you saw her whole butt.
Yeah, she that Ano had her very nearly sit on the camera. He was really having a great time, it seems.
EliteAri doesn't remember this scene apparently.
So, yeah, I'm telling you, I only watched. I can't even talk. I'm sick. No, yeah, true.
This was in the Misato confrontation scene, EliteAri. Oh no, it actually was later. So maybe.
Oh, what? I thought it was in the.
Well, no, because we cut away from it, right, and then we cut back to it. I think.
Maybe.
Because Gendo leaves, and then they have this confrontation. Because Misato gets shot.
Yes, she got shot. It was a terrible
just like
thing.
in the end of Evangelion, but she gets shot protecting Shinji. Because that pink lady who was pretending she was a character had a whole model.
We hate her. God.
Oh, she's no good, EliteAri. She's just
I like her
that
character design. She's cute, but yeah, she kind of, I don't know.
She is definitely the most anime-looking anime character in this entire series. It's a little funny, but it's fine. But true, this was big discourse when the movie came out. I do remember this tracking ass shot as she hit the ground. I remember me and Miller the Killer having an argument. But,
I mean, how are you going to discourse about it? Because this is what Evangelion is. I don't know what you're coming to Evangelion expecting if you don't think you're going to get something like this. In fact, this movie was surprisingly tame in comparison.
There was naked Asuka and Mari, though.
Yeah,
pretty epic.
But there were also shots of Mari that weren't fan service. It was kind of crazy, compared to all her other appearances in every other movie. Yeah, it was impressive.
Absolutely true.
Yep.
I was actually thinking about that. Your comment on her last time.
That's right.
You're correct.
Remember when she fell on Shinji in a parachute and she couldn't find her glasses? That was pretty epic.
Yep.
Yeah. What happened to my Evangelion that I love?
She's a little flirt.
That is definitely true.
She comes up behind you, She
That is
covers
true.
your eyes and she says, "Whose big tits are against your back right now?" And it was
She does
Mari.
say
Mari's
that.
the answer, Jockey Bacon. She's 44. It's okay.
That's awesome, man.
Wait, did we talk about the fact? I find this silly actually. The fact that Gendo. No, this is completely unrelated, by the way. I don't like the fact that Gendo is actually fighting. Okay, it's a bit silly. I don't like it.
What? It's the
it
final
feels
battle of all final
raw.
battle.
Yeah, but he's just so detached from things. I don't know, it feels weird.
It feels like
I can see what you mean. I can see it.
How do I feel about that? It doesn't feel Gendo of him to do. That is for sure.
It's
It
also
does
not
not feel
literal, right?
I mean, how literal is anything?
True, but it's pretty anti-literal because they're in anti-universe.
Yeah,
They're fighting on a thingy and they bust through a wall. But he did
just-
shoot
I-
one of those ships with his laser eyes at one point. That was pretty cool.
yeah. I find it strange for him to be this way. I don't think I like it.
Thank you.
Embarrassing. It's epic. We love Gendo and we love when he fights Shinji Ikari. It's they're like a mirror match, and that's like the whole point.
Well, before that fight happens, though, we go into Unit 01, and look who's there. Look who is there, guys. Long hair Ray 02.
Ray 2. My goodness,
Oh.
she's back.
It was beautiful. She was like, Shinji, I did my best. I'm
Aw.
fucking.
She tried to save him, but Shinji says it's okay.
Oh, it's they fixed Ray for me, man. They sold me on Ray. They just did it again, and I got it this time.
Too little, too late. You know, should have
Yeah,
got it.
sorry, guys.
A series ago. Unbelievable.
I should have.
But true. So did we talk to completion about the Misato scene? Her and Shinji finally talked. It was so sweet. And then he ran off to go and save the day. And she was going to put all her faith in Shinji, just like she used to do all those times. And it was going to pay off because faith is what's important here.
It was good.
And Mari takes Shinji in and asks him to save Asuka too, and repeats the line about always showing up to save him. True. She's his little guardian angel /
that Mari, she's always been there. She's always been there for Shinji.
right.
They've always been so close.
Ever since that meeting on that roof.
Yeah, they inseparable, these two.
Well, I think it's supposed to be a Gendo parallel because as we find out later, she was like the one to first make friends with Gendo, and she's always going to be there with Shinji because Shinji and Gendo are the same. But we'll get to that in a second.
She said, Gendo,
Shinji-
don't worry. I will look after your son when you're
Well, she
gone."
doesn't want to make the same mistake. Do you see what this Gendo has
Yeah,
done?
when she
she's gotta
didn't-
be there
Yeah.
for the great
Yeah.
Shinji,
So
especially
true, guys.
sexually.
Yes.
Now, we'll get to that.
Her biggest regrets.
Her biggest regrets. I'm touching my titties right now. Get it? Because she's got big boobs, Leader. You understand?
Right, yep.
Wait,
yep.
she does?
Apparently.
They're huge.
Shinji finds Ray 2 with long hair in the pilot seat. She says she's sorry for
Big
failing.
moment.
Shinji reactivates Unit 1 with an infinity sync ratio. Now that's a big number.
Sure.
It's the closest to 0.
It was
That
actually
was-
zero.
Where else do you go from here, guys?
It's the closest thing to 0, Jockey Bacon. It wasn't 0.
Well,
Crazy.
I mean, infinity is nowhere
I
near
want the
0.
argument.
I don't know why I don't know what they even meant by that. But yeah.
Yeah,
If you
just don't
divide
understand
by
the
0,
science.
you get infinity, to be fair.
Okay, I guess that
Jockey
makes
Bacon
sense,
wins
yeah.
again.
Yeah,
He
it's
was right
math.
about nutrients too.
Finally, I get my own back.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Facts and logic.
I remember last time when I was like 10-0 against all of you? That was pretty great. Now, Gendo versus Shinji final battle, which was epic. Don't listen to these meatheads.
Well,
I
I agree that the part where they're fighting in the city looked bad, and then it became good.
Yeah.
True. When the buildings started moving, that was crazy. They were just on the thing,
Alright.
and that's when you realized it was like a Lego board or something. It was crazy. And then they went to Misato's apartment, and then the thingy
Which
we
is
talked about this
amazing.
already. There was trippy Vinland Saga Season 2 OP visuals. Remember that?
Sure.
Remember
I
in that song? It's like in the middle, and
With the
like
river?
Thorfinn like brings the axe down, and it
River
like has a
taking it out.
diamond, and then it goes it gets trippy, and that's what they did here. And Vinland Saga stole it. You know,
Yeah.
it was epic.
Agreed.
That train finally falls off the cliff. Does anybody know what I mean by this?
The train
I can
finally
guess.
falls off the Cliff.
Go ahead.
Because I don't even remember the scene you're talking about, but I remember watching, and there was the train next to, what's the guy's name? The camera guy, or like wherever Shinji was
Kensuke's
staying.
house.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
EliteAri, you got it.
It was falling off, and,
And
like,
then when
that
they're
house
fighting, they
falling off.
fight in that environment.
Wow.
Yeah, and then it's the whole time you're like, this train is not safe. It's gonna fall off this cliff. And in the fight, Shinji gets knocked into it and it falls down. And you're like, oh my god, they thought about it. That's
it's the little
crazy.
details. I need to
like,
rewatch that. My god.
This is the greatest movie of all time. They talk and stuff. There's a Black Lilith. We don't know what that means. And there's Ava Imaginary. We don't know what that means.
What?
And there's
It relates to infinity.
Because imagination is like. Yeah,
so that,
imagination.
but that was the Black Lilith, right? The Evangelion Imaginary.
But yeah, and then it came out of that or something. I don't fucking remember.
It was a Black Moon.
I think Gendo said that it literally was Evangelion.
I don't remember what the fuck Gendo said. Me, you need to stop listening to Gendo and listen to the great Shinji Ikari. He's got all the thematic lessons.
It's actually true.
Big live action looking face. I love this face. Why
what?
Are we talking about this face?
I love it so much. Oh my god, it's my image on Twitter. I love it. It's my favorite visual in this movie. Oh my goodness.
We love EliteAri, so smart.
Yep.
Look, I was watching this, and the like end of Evangelion kind of imagery started, and there were all like the like plain white Evangelions, and I was like, oh my god, it's the ultimate CGI crowd shot that we were talking about. This is.
And I love those. I love those crowd shots. They're great.
What if the end of Evangelion was a big CGI crowd shot? And I think that's why I did not like it. I did not like it.
Damn.
And all of the Avas became mannequins.
Yeah, yeah. Like, what if all the artistry of the Third Impact was gone?
But there's like a trillion of them on screen.
Better.
It made it cool. It was more realistic.
I didn't like that scene.
It honestly, it took me out every single time. The perspective was off quite a bit.
Yes.
On like how they did her face.
EliteAri.
At least it didn't match the hair.
Correct.
I
mean, realistically, I appreciated the different, like how I appreciated how different it looked and how it felt very out of place because I liked it because it tied in with the idea of the idea that they're in like they're fighting in this weird realm, they're in some imaginary thing, and I'm like,
universe.
Yeah, and it felt like our world is like bleeding through this, and there's different multiverse.
We
like,
made it look like shit intentionally. Otto, you've done it again.
Yep, that's right.
The face is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Oh man, now you know how I feel about Evangelion in general. Wow.
Well done.
All right, guys. Let's. What's the intention of this giant ray and end of Ava? Why don't we discuss that first, and we can see whether it's.
I think that's dumb as well. So don't come to me.
Well, what's freakier than a giant face? You know, so it is. Yeah, I agree. You can see.
It was a real face. It had real eyes, and it had a weird face texture, and it was crazy. And it was floating in the middle. It wasn't even on her head. It was.
They should have.
It was literally me.
Live action head.
Bro,
they should have actually done that.
Who let bro in the
It was a live action head.
No, it
wasn't enough.
It was a live action face.
It was like a kind of animated, kind of. It just didn't feel right. It felt like halfway between.
That's the point.
CGI
Tell him again, EliteAri. Tell him again.
All right, sorry guys. It's supposed to look like shit. Sorry.
Sorry, it's meant to throw you off.
Why is that hard to believe?
Oh no, I surrender.
Good.
He probably didn't do the CGI. Leave him alone.
Sorry, EliteAri. I surrender.
Good.
EliteAri, that's your first victory. Congratulations. Oh my goodness, the next scene is Professor Fuyutsuki and Mari talk. He says he assembled things the way you wanted, like he was talking to Mari, so I didn't know what that all meant. And then she says, do as you see best fits. And then he calls her Mari Escarot. And I looked this up, and this is Judas's last name, apparently, Jockey Bacon.
Carry it.
Yeah. He looks at the photo again, and then he pops. Go ahead, Jockey Bacon, what are you saying?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, it was cool. I love like Sky. Also, she's like
but she's a nice lady.
Yeah, but she betrayed Fuyutsuki, right? Is that what it was saying?
Well, she seemed to know me, I guess, a little bit. True, and then I'm making fun of EliteAri for thinking Mari was Asuka's mother. True, she's actually just the college friend. True. There's no confirmation that she isn't.
Yeah.
But true, she calls him Professor Fuyutsuki, so that's supposed to be an indication that she's was a student of his. Misato stays back to make sure it all explodes or whatever, and she has the picture of her two sons up and takes her hair out, and she looks pretty again. Oh my goodness, we talked about that already.
Oh wow, that was much later than I remembered. Oops.
True. Now, the rest of it is kind of all this massive end stuff. So that's kind of the end of the action middle section. Did anybody have anything they didn't get to say? EliteAri?
I mean, I don't know what we're up to. I have the thing. I like the resolution of Gendo. Have we got to that yet?
Well, that's what we're about to get to,
okay,
EliteAri, so
okay,
keep your
cool,
goddamn
cool.
mouth shut.
All right.
Anybody else got anything to say? True. So, we get this Gendo stuff, EliteAri. This is like the coolest stuff in the whole entire movie. It's so epic and stuff, and you better agree with
He's
me.
on the train.
It was the best.
He loves trains, just like Shinji loves trains.
Yep.
Well, what else you got to say? There's no way that's it.
I mean, I just like the actual conclusion. The fact that, like, it's a very simple conclusion, but it's that, you know, Yui was inside Shinji the whole time, and if only he spent time with Shinji, he would have actually got to experience, you know, an element to her, you know, but it wasn't so, and he made a
that
mistake.
little Shinji.
Yeah.
She cuddled him, and then he saw Yui.
Yeah, it was very
And Mia,
cute.
you hated it.
No. This is when the movie got good again.
No.
Yep.
I love, like, I was kind of frustrated with how not Evangelion things felt, and then it started feeling Evangelion again here. I think including Gendo in the, like, psychological breakdown that kind of echoes the end of the original anime is brilliant, and I loved it.
True. Okay, I got a paragraph of notes here, so my goodness, we'll get through it. We've got first a quote from Gendo. I chose the world you refused, a world where no AT fields exist. So is this a reference to End of Eva? Because I'm pretty sure that's what happened when Shinji refused that world, and now Gendo is saying he's choosing that world. So he's seen that movie before, I think. The smooth music is playing again. True, it was a familiar soundtrack as we got the Gendo psychological analysis. Gendo screams for Yui. There's like a scene where he's like, Yui, where are you, Yui? And it's in this Gendo voice. And it's like, oh, that's not something you hear every day. And he's very scared of Shinji, we find out. Gendo backstory is stylized shading. True, I love the stylized shading.
Yes,
You like that?
Very good.
Kind of like the end of Gunbuster I have written down, true. But I guess that's just because it was in black and white.
Let's rewatch Gunbuster.
True, it's about that time. The Walkman as a symbol of all this, true. It kept Gendo cut off from the world. I have it written down. Headphones cut him off from the rest of the world, helped him feign indifference. Oh my goodness, that was a good line. Remember when Shinji did that in the original series? Like, Misato was crying, but he turned the headphones up so he didn't have to confront it. And like, if you have headphones in, you can just pretend you didn't care, even though you probably had the headphones paused and were listening. It's like what I do in real life, bro. And you get to be indifferent. That's my whole life. I just, pretend I don't care about nothing, I'm pretty cool. But it's just because I got the headphones in. That's what I learned today. And what else we got here? He's exactly like Shinji. He even plays piano. Piano?
I know, that was crazy.
Just like Karu did last time. That was crazy. He hates being around others. He hates going to family events. That's just like me for real. This is the only part of the movie that gets existential and and is about people not saying what they mean. True, he's trying to figure out why people say what they don't mean and what that means. And then we got the shot where Mari shows up and rips his headphones out and is being she probably pressed her big bosom into his back and said, you love me or something, and then that brought him into the real world. And that does happen sometimes. Sometimes you're a little boy, you're like 8, and you're just miserable in the corner, you're not speaking to anybody, and some girl comes over for some reason, she's super outgoing, and somehow you're playing with everybody now. I remember that happening, so this was hashtag relatable. And then she points over to the corner and she says, "This is Fuyutsuki." And then there's like a figure behind Fuyutsuki, and it's the great Yui. Oh my goodness, it's the great
Love that Yui.
And then he sees Yui in the reflection of his little glasses. Oh, and it's sweet. And then his headphones are out. And he comes off as so like soft and like it's just so not Gendo. He's like so shocked when somebody takes his headphones out. He's like blushing when he sees Yui. It's just like a completely different portrayal of him. It's freaking crazy. And like, oh my goodness, what a journey we're going on. I learned that living could be an enjoyable experience. True. When you have a girlfriend, you actually like living life for a little while, whereas everything else sucks. It's great. We all had this experience when we had our first girlfriends. It's the same as piano. It's infinite feedback. True. This is also true. Where it's like he likes playing the piano because if you press something, like it comes back. It's like a thing. But like when you're in a relationship or something, when you're in a non-sexual relationships or whatever, it's just like, what the fuck are we doing here? This isn't even fun. I hate Males, they're the worst. Get them out of here. But then a lady comes along and you're like, my goodness. And because kissing and talking and sex and all that is a feedback loop, just like piano. It's crazy. And we see him holding hands with Yui. It was very sweet. And then you see them lying in bed together. It was so sweet. And then we get shot. Well, I just said that. And he, when she died, felt loneliness for the first time because he didn't have loneliness before that because he was always alone. And that was the great Gendo flashback / interpretation of his past. And it was freaking epic. Right, Mia?
Yes. I feel like my problem with Gendo before this was that the progression of his character kind of felt like it tossed his humanity aside, and I thought that was a bummer, because I think the human aspects of Gendo are what makes him cool, and they went back into it, and I was satisfied.
Is EliteAri back yet to comment on this great performance? Oh my goodness, EliteAri. Tell them all about the great Gendo.
I liked it. To be honest, I don't really have much to say beyond that. He's good. Good ending. What can I say?
True. And then he hugged that little Shinji, and then he got off the train with his Walkman back. Because remember, Rei told Shinji, who that little kid told Rei, that you got to give back the things that you find. And he gave it back to Gendo, and Gendo got off, and then he gets more resolution later where he kills himself and Yui, and they cuddle.
That's what he always wanted.
It was so. Oh my goodness, I'm freaking crying over here. And then my next note is a very different sort of note where it says the Rayman hands are trying to stop Misato and the Wanda and then it goes into Rei's giant eye again. Remember last time we came out of Rei's giant eye with Unit 1, and this time we went in and we blew her up, and that was freaking.
But we didn't go into the vagina eye.
Thank God.
Yeah, it's upsetting. A big significant lack of vaginal imagery in this movie, and frankly, I'm not going to stand for it. Gendo hated himself so much that he thought being out. Oh, I guess that was in between, and we got more Gendo stuff. Hold on. Gendo hated himself so much that he thought being out of Shinji's life would be what was best for him. Oh my god, he's just like Shinji. Gendo hugs Shinji and says he's sorry, and Yui in the whole time. And true, we already talked about this. Then we get the Asuka section. My goodness, Asuka in the tanks. What the fuck does that mean? Oh, the Rei tanks, because she's a clone. I was thinking about a literal tank here. She didn't know her dad, and mum wasn't around, which is a very different backstory than the original series, where that dad was fucking that nurse. That was crazy.
And she knew Shinji when they were kids. She saw Shinji.
We're gonna get to that.
Oh,
Hold
sorry.
the jacket and her alone. Oh no, this is the very next thing. She sees baby Shinji with Yui and Gendo, and it's like the Gendo we just saw, not the Gendo we've already seen. And he's like, Shinji's crying, and he gets kicked, and he feels so silly because it wants Yui. It was so sweet, and Asuka was so alone.
She was jealous of him, that Baka Shinji.
Yes, he had a family.
No, was she a real child at this point then? And then,
we saw Rei as a little child, right?
That's true. I guess, do they do that to? I don't know why they do that.
Well, maybe this is the original Oscar, and
that's what I'm wondering. I don't know if there is an original Asuka or not.
Well,
I don't know when
programming Rei to be the same every time, and like Shinji, maybe that's the same with Asuka. So the original Asuka backstory would also be this Asuka's backstory a little bit, except that probably shouldn't be true because the whole point of the Rei storylines is that each of them are different and they're not all the same person. So I don't freaking know.
But they're only different because of the experience.
Of their individual experiences. But Asuka's also had 28 years of individual experiences. So you'd think that she would be pretty different to original
Asuka.
But I don't freaking know anymore. Well formed, we'll get to that in a second, Mia. She's going to bust out of them clothes, you know what I'm saying? Now, this is the only time in the whole rebuild she does the praise me, notice me, like the chant that she did in episode 22 for half the episode. And that was really cool, that's like my favorite thing ever. So we're getting the freaking chills over here, Her doll pats her on the head and takes the helmet off, and it's like a big humanoid thing, and it was Gensuke. What the fuck?
I don't quite understand
She's his friend.
The decision to tie these two together. I think it's weird and interesting, but it just shocking to me. I guess I don't know. It felt like did these two even really have interactions before?
I think they have one in the second movie, and I did notice it because I knew this is where it was going, but outside of that, not really.
Yeah. Okay. It just felt like oh, sure, all right. I guess that happened more recently.
Well, yeah, it seems to be an implication of what sort of happened in the time skip because she does seemingly have a place she lives with him sometimes. So, The I was going to say something further. Oh, it's also interesting because at the end, like we see Karu and Rei talking to each other, and obviously Mari and Shinji are with each other, and we do see Asuka, but she's like sitting, and she might be talking to somebody, but it's also obscured by the train. So it's weird that they don't have like class rep and Toji like standing next to each other if we're trying to like ship the characters at the end here. And Kensuke's
I think it was
not
only the
there,
pilots, though, right?
Well, yeah,
It was
that's what
only
it
the
ends
people-
up being,
yeah.
but it's like a odd choice. Especially if that is supposed to be shipping, and I know a lot of people take that end scene as
The
like
Karu
confirmed
Ray
shipping,
thing
like
is like
Karu and
sure,
Rei are together, but
whatever.
they're also like
they
the
don't
same
really.
thing. Yeah,
They're
like,
talking
they
about
have
how
the
much
end-
they both love Shinji so much.
Yes,
what they're talking
that
about.
can make great love. My goodness. They're also like the same thing or something. Remember End of Eva? They were both inside of
Yeah.
Shinji. That's sex, EliteAri. You catching on?
Uh-huh.
Oh, thank you for laughing, EliteAri. End of Eva imagery with Asuka grown up,
Yes.
bursting out of her plug suit, and
You-
Shinji sitting instead of on top of her, choking her. My goodness. She got to grow up. This is incredible.
It is.
Oh, and
it
then
is
Shinji
very
says
cool
that-
to have the imagery from End of Ava in this, but I think we've already said that. But it's very cool.
Because it's the freaking
More
coolest imagery of
homaging.
all
I
time.
think every time there's a homage, but didn't go overboard, I was like, oh, it was worth it sitting through those 3 episodes.
True. You'd love
Genuinely,
edits
I
of
was like-
Evangelion.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
yeah,
just like,
bring the
that's
edits
cool.
on. I got some great edits I'll send you, Jockey Bacon. There's some terrific ones out there. They were all starring Asuka for some reason. I don't know why nobody else has any good ones, but, you know, that's just how it is. And Asuka says to Shinji... Oh, no, Shinji says to Asuka, thanks for saying you liked me, I liked you too. And they have a little... And she blushes, and then she turns away from him in her giant 28-year-old body.
Isn't it crazy how they like talk about how they feel and like
It's pathetic.
It's kind of crazy to see Shinji and Asuka like have a normal
On a
conversation
beach
where they're both
with
kind
the
of
red in the
well-adjusted.
background.
No, yeah,
speaking
you're
of each
supposed to be like joking each other and talking about how you don't understand anything about how you
Kimochi
feel.
Warui.
Yeah,
You don't
you're
need all
supposed to
this
be
fucking nice talk. It's pathetic.
Disgusted.
Oh my goodness. Now, Shinji
Neon
remembers.
Genesis.
True. We actually skipped over that. Oh no, it's coming up. Shinji remembers. Oh, we got a Karu thing for a little while. Shinji remembers that he met Karu on many times before, and we get the OG series imagery with the introduction where he's humming on the sunset. You remember that? Karu says they'll keep meeting
Yeah.
each other over and over because of the Book of Life. Jockey Bacon, Book of Life. What's that mean?
It's the people that will go to heaven, basically, get resurrected in the second coming.
Whoa.
Heaven.
Didn't know this.
Now that's crazy. Karu wanted Shinji's happiness to make him happy. True. I've never even considered Karu's like he's
Book of
just
Life
a guy
also
that...
makes you immortal as well.
Oh my goodness.
So we were in the Book of
Immortality.
Life until Adam and Eve ate the Adam.
I
Oh
think
no, that was
fucking
the Tree
Adam
of
and
Life. My bad.
Well,
Oh, Jockey Bacon, will you make?
I don't know what to think
We're
anymore.
paying you for one thing here, and that's to know the Bible, and you're freaking it up.
I thought I understood Ava for a second,
but-
but now it doesn't make sense. Oh my god.
Karu wanted Shinji's happiness to make him happy. True, I've never even considered Karu wanting to be happy, but that's why he wanted Shinji to be happy or something. And then he's Kaji's commander, and there's a million Karus in a coffin on the moon. His name means shore or something, and he sees a little Shinji who says this is how you bond with people, and they hold hands or something, and it makes him happy. So why the fuck was Karu and Kaji hanging out, being Gendo and Futsuki? Will somebody explain this to me?
Because they're his real father figures.
When have
True.
Kaji and Karu ever interacted? Zero. Kaji's always dead.
No,
when
wait,
Karu
that's
shows up.
Shinji's father figures. Wait. Like
Oh.
male mentors, male role model mentors or whatever.
Okay, that's a good point.
That
Yeah.
could be it.
Yeah,
but
I
why
did
does
think
he
it was
need a
interesting that we
commander?
grouped those two together at the end.
And
It's
why
like,
why are they talking like they're old friends?
yeah,
They're in heaven.
no idea.
They
Like-
got along in heaven. I'll
Yeah,
take it.
I don't know.
Their
We're in
heaven is
heaven,
Nerve
Shinji.
HQ pretending to be Gendo and Futsuki. That's
They had
pretty cool.
instrumentality and they like know each
Um,
other really well now.
True. Everybody knows everybody. That's true. Ray 2 and her baby. What was with her weird baby? Because she loved the baby at the beginning, I guess, but it was a weird baby. Don't we agree?
I don't remember
was a baby?
this baby.
She's holding like a doll with a nail
Oh, I
in
see
its
it.
head or
I
something.
just looked at it.
Oh, yeah.
She's like Asuka's mother.
It's a little weird.
Because it's the
A little bit.
it's
I
the new
guess.
beginning. That baby.
I like her Super Saiyan 3 hair. It's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
this looks great. I love the hair.
And then the coolest thing in any movie ever is the projection of the old series over them and like the effect on it. It's the coolest thing I ever seen in my entire life.
I
And then we get the
totally
sets.
agree.
And then we see like they have a little wonder that they film because this movie is about filming this movie. And there's a little like pilot thing where that's where you would shoot them if they were in the for an insert shot of them in the plug suit. And there's a bunch of stuff everywhere. It was cool. They had PS4 controllers on these camera things.
Yeah.
That was a little crazy. They
Yeah.
they got Sony's permission to put the sacred symbols in this fucking movie. Who knew? And this is where they say Neon Genesis.
Yeah, so this is when I noticed that the movies had only ever been called Evangelion. They were not Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Yeah, it's the movies, yeah.
Yeah, the rebuilds have all been just Evangelion.
And it's the English name. It's Shinseki.
Very interesting
Japanese
to
name.
me.
The units cuddle. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was gonna. I don't know. Maybe this is something we save for the end. So never mind. Let's continue.
Okay. I've got like literally 2 notes left. So my goodness, we're nearly there. But this is just Gendo and Yui cuddling and then killing themselves. Then Shinji's world comes true, and that's the god slaying or something they say. We impale all the Ava units. They all flash, even like the weird things from the beginning. And the big ray falls over, but she's not bleeding.
Right? That's what they
Wait,
called
go
it?
ahead.
The spear was the spear of hope or something.
Oh yeah, it was some other. It was the 5th spear they didn't know about or something. And yeah,
they made it. They created.
Yeah, they made it. The Wonder made it. Misato and Mitsuko did it.
I don't know if I like this whole spear of hope situation. It feels very corny.
But what are we going to do without hope? Did you ever consider that?
Evangelion can't talk to me like that.
Yes, it can.
Okay.
We love hope, and we love the weird thing, and it like orbited in Shinji's hand. It was kind of cool.
That was cool.
And the big ray falls over, and true, she didn't bleed from her head like last time because this movie's for the little babies.
There were 13 Earth is Evangelions, like 13 angels.
Yes. Whoa. Well, there's 13 angels in these shitty movies, not in my real Evangelion. I'll tell you that much.
Sorry.
The Earth is blue again, and the animals and people are back. The song's not as cool though. True, it wasn't no Kamsu Satod in this movie. Sketchy storybook water and Shinji, and then Mari falls in, and it all goes to color again. Have you ever seen a cooler shot in a movie?
It's pretty good. I don't understand the obsession with Mari.
We love Mari.
Like, it's kind of true, but she's the best, so I don't really care.
She's your favorite character. She was made for people like you, Jockey Bacon, so you better not be questioning it.
Like for Gooners, Jockey Bacon?
No, for people who were complaining that they didn't like Pilot and Avas, so they put Mari in
there.
Well,
okay, I don't know. Like, she probably is less necessary in this movie because, like, the characters are less annoying in this series in general. Yeah, because everybody actually talks about this stuff. So, yeah,
pathetic. You ever met somebody that talks about their stuff? I haven't. Now, then we got the train final scene, and everybody is a little older, and Rei and Karu are standing together, Asuka's sitting down, Shinji and Mari, ! This was some big discourse when this movie came out. It was a little crazy. And Shinji flirts back with a lady. My goodness, you couldn't believe it. And then One Last Kiss plays, which was the big song of the movie. And, we cut to like a live action tracking shot as they all like run out or something, and it's kind of cool. And that's the end of the movie. Shinji and Mari, we love it.
I got so much whiplash here because I thought this song was... Oh, I forget which anime I thought was the actual song it was the end of. Basically, I've heard this song so many times because it's just crept into my playlist, and I had no clue what it was from or whatever, and I thought it was from another anime.
The great Neon Genesis Evangelion.
And then I listened to it, I was like, this is the least Evangelion thing ever, but I actually quite like it. And yeah, the zoom out shot, the ending was great. Yeah, I mean, the whole ending actually left me feeling like, oh, it's a good ending. And then I was like, well, they've made another one, and now I can agree with best guy ever.
The other one isn't going to be anything about this.
Because they
I know.
It is very strange watching this and thinking like, wow, yeah, that's like they just like ended Evangelion. They said Evangelion's done in a very like definitive way. This is like the characters get to move on. The
But now we're
characters
gonna
get to
real
move on.
Evangelion again.
And now they're doing more. It's very
Well, I don't
very
even think they're gonna
strange.
have the same characters in the next one. I don't know. Maybe they will because
I
they
mean,
want that motherfucking money. But
yeah, it's
like
just
Gundam doesn't
interesting.
have the
It just
same
felt like a
characters,
very
right?
definitive. Well, yeah, that's true, but I don't know. Evangelion's more character.
That's what Anno said. He wants it to be like Gundam.
Did he say that? Is that true? Well, actually,
Yeah,
I have no reason to
I
doubt
told
you.
you that in the last video, Mia.
That's
So
true.
please pay attention
That's
to all
true.
the very important.
Well,
things
he certainly made something that was more Gundam here.
Like, yes, true. The silly mechs. You know, I've never seen a Gundam thing in my life, so I wouldn't know. EliteAri, you love this movie, and I feel like you haven't conveyed it properly.
There are 6 elements to what make this ending scene good, and one of the best scenes in Evangelion ever. Number 1, we have the fact that Shinji is moving on with his life and moving on to adulthood. I think it's very cute. It's very emotional. It's like, wow, Shinji, he's never, like, none of the other 2 endings have had any particular wrap-ups. You know, the first one had, oh, Shinji, like, made progress, but he didn't really have, like, a destination after that. You've got the end of Ava, where it's like, I don't even know what happened at the end there, but he was probably not the happiest. I don't know what was happening there, though. And then we've got this one, where he's got like a partner, he's running into the real world, like, it's just like, oh, you know, he's found happiness and he's found a direction in life, and it's like, you know, it's good. So I like that. That element, I think, is really good. Number 2, we've got the fact that Mari is the one that he is with, and it's not some other named character that we know. I think that's really good, because it is just some girl he randomly met on a roof one time, and I think it's very cute. I think it's the fact that, like, there's no baggage associated with her at all. It's like, this is just the character that she didn't really know that well.
Age.
Well, I don't care. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Like,
I kind of would have liked it more if it really was just a random girl, like, just not.
It's his
not
mother's
even.
best
I
friend.
disagree.
I love my mother's best friend.
I think it's the fact that, like, I think the fact that it is someone that we know, but it is not someone that Shinji knows that well, I think that's what I like about it the most. I think if it was someone random, I don't think it would have the same effect, because I think it invokes the idea to me of, like, someone that it could even be something like, oh, like, some person you were, like, not friends with in high school, but you, like, saw them and you knew of them, and every now and then you'd interact, but then maybe one day you, like, see each other again, and, like, you have, like, a little bit of a shared history, but, like, not really, and then, like, you kind of connect more in the future, and, like, maybe you start dating. Like, it gave me that kind of vibe, and I really appreciate that.
I can see that.
Yeah. Okay, then we got number 3. The actual shot of them running off into the real world. I like the symbolism. I like the idea of, like, you know, Evangelion has been a story, which is very heightened and stuff, but now he's an adult. Now he's, like, you know, Shinji has got a life ahead of him of, like, it's going to be a pretty mundane life. It's not going to be as exciting as Evangelion or as depressing as Evangelion, and he's just got to go live it. And I like the way that they show it in the world. I like number 4, we've got the song. I don't know much to say beyond it. I liked it. It got me emotionally. It was really good. Something about Mona Lisa. Oh my goodness.
True. Her boyfriend was her Mona Lisa or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I guess my interpretation would be that it is weird. I would probably say it's Shinji speaking about Mari or something like that would be my interpretation. But yeah. I got 2 more. Do I continue, or anyone else want to say anything, or should I keep going?
No, we're listening.
All right, number 5, we've got. This is, like, probably the thing that I like the most, and if I ever made a video, it would be focusing on this. But what is the world of Evangelion without Avas? And the conclusion is, it's just our world. Like, that is the conclusion we get at the end there. A world without Avas is just the human world. There's nothing special about, like, yeah. This is what is the conclusion.
What if it's that world from episode 26?
I have no idea what you're talking about. What's the world in 26?
Remember when Rei was a schoolgirl and it was her first day and Misato was their teacher?
True, but for some reason, it's not that. It's our real world in this movie. That's why this movie's so good. But it gives me the feeling of the fact that it makes me feel like the characters at the end of this, there's nothing special about them because they're just people like us. Like, you strip away the Avas from this world and you're left with basically the present, like our present. Exactly, you are special, just like Shinji. But basically at the end, you're left with a mundane town where, like, all the same feelings can remain. Like, the intense memories that you had when you were younger, like when you were an Ava pilot or whatever, you can still have them. But now you live in a world that is, like, very mundane, and it's like when you were younger, you thought the world was like weird and crazy and this amazing place, but now it's just like ordinary and smaller and like much more grounded and tangible. And it gives me this feeling of like, man, when Avas were a thing in Shinji's life, things were so much grander and more like emotionally extreme and all that, but he was just younger, and now he's an adult and he's got the real world, and it is as mundane as our real world, and I really appreciate that. So that really landed really well. And then the final thing is a very simple one, which is that the show has been around for a very long time. Obviously, what, in the 1995 or something like that? When they come out, someone tell me. Go ahead, guys. Was I correct?
1995.
Oh my god, I can't believe it.
Correct.
Well, anyway, I think the fact that it is such a long time from the original ending adds an element to this feeling like a finale. Like, there is no, like I said before, there's no ambiguity of what comes next. It's like Shinji's gonna live a life, you know? He's gonna be an adult and live a life. He was a kid when he first started. We've seen him for what, 20 years? In real life, not us, but I mean, like, you know, the big Ava fans, whatever. This ties into it too, I think, to just make an ending that I think is like the perfect Evangelion ending for me, at least. But yeah.
Wow. Well, that's like your opinion, bro. True. But I'm glad we heard it, EliteAri. That's very touching. You know, I think this final scene is all right. I think, you know, it's safe and it's not as good as the great Evangelion end of Evangelion, but
it does feel safe, but I don't know. I feel like if you wanted to conclude Evangelion as a whole, it's probably the best way to do it. If you wanted to like give a conclusion with closure, I do think this is kind of the perfect ending for Eva. But I don't know. You don't have to give a conclusion with closure.
I wish I had a 44-year-old girlfriend.
That's the closure you need.
Older women are pretty amazing.
I don't know, make it happen.
Yeah, Anna needs to make it happen for me. My goodness. Now, that's the end of the movie. Does anybody have anything they have yet to say? Go ahead, Jockey Bacon.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, EliteAri wants to talk
I have nothing. I have nothing to add. Thank goodness this is the end of this series.
And there's more to come.
Jockey Bacon's always very exciting at the beginning. Excited rather at the beginning, and then, you know, as it progresses, he says,
I don't think I was excited for this at all.
You come in hot every time, Jockey Bacon. You can deny it, but we all hear it in your voice. Your great excitement. But EliteAri has something to say.
I have 2 notes. 1, oh my god, can you believe this came out? Wait, what year did this come out in?
21,
right? 21. Oh my god, guys, can you believe this came out after The Last Jedi and was inspired by The Last Jedi? Can you guys pick out what reference I'm referring to here?
Oh,
hold on.
It's very clear.
The ship ramming thing?
You know what? Like, that's actually not what I was thinking, but damn, that's a good one too. I was there. Mine is much more direct, I think, which is the... Wait, should I say it? I don't know if... Oh my god.
Go ahead. Wait, is it the red on the white?
It is. It's the red on the white. It's where the ship is like skating on the white like kind of sand, and it brings up a red trail behind it. And it's like that's like a very Last Jedi like imagery.
Yeah, that's a bit more on the nose.
Yep. So we love that. You know, inspired by the great Rian
Last
Johnson.
Jedi was shitty movie. It sucked.
Well directed though. Just like this.
I've kind of come around on it. Yeah.
No, Solo, a Star Wars story. Now that's a movie.
Whoa, that's a take.
Holy.
You should watch all of our Star Wars discussions.
Let's group react to the Mandalorian and Grogu.
Oh hell yeah! Oh,
yeah.
Mandalorian.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, guys.
EliteAri, you had a second.
I have one more. So I've been going on, and when I say going on, I think I mentioned it briefly last time about how we have nerve, which is like the nerve to do something. We have will, which is the will to do something. And then I was trying to think, what is Sele, okay? But I think I pieced it together. I think it's meant to be
soul.
No, I think it's meant to be zeal or zealous or like zell or whatever. I think that's what it's meant to be. But I'm not sure. I feel like they use this word at some point in the movie. Credit? Oh, in the dub they say credit, by the way, or credit or something.
Oh,
yeah. It's just credit. You know, it's like credits. I don't know. You get credit for doing something. They're helping and they get credit for it. I don't know. Who knows?
That's all Shinji wants is a little bit of credit.
That's right.
Me, you got any notes you didn't go over?
Not in particulars. Not like any specific details we didn't talk about. I am curious what reception to this movie was like when it first came out.
Oh, they freaking loved it. I had to hear that it was better than the end of Evangelion, and I wanted to punch people.
Really? I'm surprised. I kind of thought it wouldn't be well received.
I mean, this movie was freaking crazy. It was like end of Eva levels, and it was in 2021, and when none of us could believe that it was so good, especially when everybody hated the rebuilds coming in.
Did everyone hate what was the third movie like hated a lot?
Well, yeah, people really didn't like that third movie. I don't really remember what they thought about the other ones. Everybody says that first one's pretty boring, bro.
True.
Yeah, I mean that one.
Because what I did is I watched them all before the fourth one. Well, I think the fourth one had just come out, and going into that rewatch, I was like, these fucking rebuilds are disgusting. CGI mess is terrible. And then I loved all of them, and then I loved the fourth one the most. So, I had a very weird and unique journey through it. But like on Letterboxd, it has like a 4.3 and stuff like that, so it's got a big score.
It's got a million killer.
I do.
Yeah, I think people. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness, that's true. But Jockey Bacon, what were you saying?
I don't know.
So you're saying you're not enthused for this great Miller the Killer review I'm about to read out?
I think Mia was saying something.
Yes, I am.
Hold on, Mia, say something. I'm trying to get it up.
Hi, hello. What? What did he say?
I thought you were saying something.
My time.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I think ultimately this is my favorite Evangelion movie. I wish it had everything that I like about Evangelion. It's not the perfect Evangelion movie, unfortunately. There's a lot I liked about it, but there's a lot of things that End of Eva just does better, and it's fine. There is no perfect.
Wait, did you mean to say it's your favorite rebuild movie or your favorite Eva movie?
I think this is my favorite Eva movie.
Better than End of Evangelion.
I think, yes, I do think I liked watching.
You're going in the pile with the EliteAri.
But the problem is that End of Eva did so many things better.
Quit clapping.
End of Eva did so many things better in other areas that I felt this one was lacking, and I thought it's a bummer that this couldn't just be the best Evangelion movie.
So what was wrong with it again?
Gendo
Gendo was a weird guy or something. Or the action sucked.
I didn't think I don't know. I didn't really care for the spectacle of this the way I cared about the spectacle of End of Eva. I thought End of Eva was just like a beautiful chaos in that in the third impact that I kind of didn't really feel sold on in this one. This one did not feel like it was like as iconic and stunning to me. And I thought that was a shame because if they were able to reach the same heights of spectacle and awe that End of Eva was able to capture, then I think this would have been just completely hands down my favorite. But there's just little things that I didn't feel as excited about, I guess.
Okay, as a little exercise before we read this great Miller the Killer review that I do have up that gives it 4 stars. What is everybody going to give this great movie on Letterboxd, Mia?
Oh, starting with me, it's tough. I do think it's a 4.5.
My goodness. Jockey Bacon?
Maybe it's
5 out of 10. Hey, I gotcha.
You didn't trick me, silly. EliteAri?
I would put my score on.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. EliteAri, go ahead.
This movie is getting
the full score.
It's getting the 4 out of 5.
No, well, that's pathetic. Nobody likes a 4 out of 5 movie. I give things I fucking hate a 4 out of 5. Now, I'll tell you who got.
Just like out the gate, everything. If I enjoyed it at all, it's like a 4 or 4.5 or a 5. I need to be more critical. All right, let's move on.
Now, I'll tell you who gave it a 4 out of 5. That was Miller the Killer here. Now, everybody, I do want to warn you here. This review may contain spoilers. My goodness.
Wow.
I liked it, especially the first hour of the film in the village. Seeing Kensuke, Toji, and Hikari grown up, being good friends and playing large roles was such a nice surprise. Ray's stuff here was my favorite part of the film, with her learning about the different aspects of life and helping to put Shinji out of his depression. Pull Shinji, rather, out of his depression. Everything was just really chill and took its time. The natural environments here also looked great and was a nice break from the environments in the previous film and what came after this. The music is great throughout the film too. The rest of the film is a lot of the lore stuff and naming off proper nouns with not much elaborating that I don't care for in Ava, and some of it went over my head. But there was still a lot I enjoyed here. I appreciated the different animation styles and abstract imagery here, and some of it looked great. But a lot of the bigger scale CG stuff just didn't look very good. And the same goes for all the action.
Did I write this?
Never engaged me. No, this was Miller the Killer, a famous chatter. The highlights of the ending were Shinji and Misato reconciling and sharing their burden, Shinji and Gendo's talk, which showed their similarities, and the wrap-up for each character. I really liked how conclusive the ending felt for all the characters and Evangelion as a whole. Seeing characters like Shinji and Asuka talk honestly with each other, blech, and growing up, moving on with their life. Wow. Should I leave a like?
Miller the Killer, I will be copy pasting everything you wrote into my own letterbox. Because that was on the nose.
I gave it 5 out of 5 and said mid. That would be my review. Pretty shit. Now, we love End of Evangelion. That's a real move. But with that, I don't... Any roundabout wrapping up thoughts anybody's got for Evangelion? Jockey Bacon, are you going to be back in a year to talk about this great new series with us, episode by episode every week?
We'll see.
So, is there any kind of consensus on the connection of the original series to any of the just like nonsense that happened at the end here?
Probably, but I don't think I've ever looked into it.
Okay. I was looking online to see what people were thinking, and there's everyone talks so definitively about their thoughts as if it's true.
True, and they're all stupid. Everyone's going to say this really represents that Hideaki Anno is a happy person now, whereas
did you know that they at the end all the other pilots were getting on the train to go back to the original End of Eva or the original series and live through that, and Shinji doomed them. Shinji doomed them to that world, guys,
by running away with his great big titty MILF mommy. That was great.
that was definitively what happened. I also saw somebody say Mari was like the best character, which I think Jockey Bacon wrote that.
Yeah, Jockey Bacon said that just before. It's very divisive. Either you hate the rebuilds and therefore you think Mari is disgusting, or you like Mari, I guess.
I just feel like I don't understand why she would exist if not just for merchandising. That's my Mari take.
She's a happy girl.
So true, guys. Everyone clap for Mari. Woo.
Now, that's true. We love Mari here. She's the best. Do I like Mari? I don't know if I've ever even asked myself that question. It's a difficult question. But
did anybody watch that Asuka short, by the way? Because I did not.
I would never
pirate
something.
Yet. True, it's illegally sourced. They accidentally did it or something, and everybody was making fun of them. I don't know the truth of the matter. But it is out there. You can watch it on Twitter in like 4K or something. It's crazy. But true. That's the end of it. We don't really know what we're doing next. I'm sure we'll all tell everybody about it when it happens, though. And we discuss many things. Me and EliteAri have Revolutionary Girl Utena coming up. We are continuing our trek through Naruto. Me and Mia are supposed to be doing Yu Yu Hakusho. Me and Jockey Bacon are supposed to be doing Steins Gate Zero. But maybe we might have time for all these various projects now that the great Evangelion is completed. Oh, shitty EliteAri and Jockey Bacon are doing shitty Orb. That show sounds boring on Go.
Oh, I love that Orb.
But,
it's a good show.
Another
Everybody get on Orb.
Person. Ugh. Not I, because I wasn't invited. Unbelievable.
That's right.
Anybody got anything else to shill? Come on, EliteAri.
Bro, you watch JJK? You want to watch my videos? Go ahead.
50k views a video. This fucking piece of shit.
I don't think he needs your help here, Kyle.
Yeah, he does. The 50 people that watch these reviews are now going to find out about this underground shitty news show, Jujutsu Kaisen. My goodness. In one of those videos, EliteAri said it was like an Ava reference or something. Actually, that might have been in one of these videos. I don't recall. But
why is that every time I type up EliteAri, I get Benjamin catches Sam and Ari in the act. Elite season 5 episode 2.
Yeah, because you put a space between the two words.
I know.
I've never gotten that in my life.
Yeah.
You got 77k views on this bad boy. Oh my
god. The most recent one. Yeah. What can I say? Just my
You've been
eye
building
for
up.
content.
You've been building up the audience. So it gets larger and larger every time. This is consistency for you folks.
Don't worry, my Pokemon video will get 50k views any day now. Now, EliteAri, are you ready to send the people home?
I am.
So are you going to say it, or are you just going to press the button?
Support links in the description.
Bye.
Hello!
Thanks.
Thanks!